everybody, and welcome back to another October Nextlander podcast. Alex Navarro. There it is. Okay. Yep.
Spooky sounds.
You couldn't see it, but he was levitating a PS5 controller in front of him. Just no strings, just floating in front of him. It's pretty incredible.
It's actually not good for the gyros to do this. I should not do it for very long.
Brad Shoemaker, how are you?
I'm all in this year.
You're still watching movies?
Feeling the season somehow. Last year, I came to the horror movie a day thing late last October. I was gone most of October dealing with hurricane stuff, but when I got back, I crammed like 10 movies into the last week or something.
But here you are out apace.
I have not watched anything in the last couple nights because video games got to get played as well. And
you can do some double features to catch up if you want.
You can only do so many things. I have also been listening to some of the assembled works of John Carpenter.
Okay, you're feeling it.
Like he puts out albums.
Yes, somewhat regularly.
That might like a new one just came out last year, I think, with his son. And they might as well just be music from movies he never got around to making.
Oh, yes. You're listening to the Carpenters.
Yes, I'm listening to the Carpenters.
God, wow.
But like
shout out to Karen.
Straight up, like if you've watched Halloween, Prince of like he does the music for most of his movies, right?
Yeah, vast majority.
So this music that he does on these albums, like again, might as well just be themes for movies he never made. Like it is very much. It still sounds like spooky shit.
Like some of them are literally called Lost Themes. Like that is the
they're
album titles.
Yeah. Or maybe he does some outside of the Lost Themes series. Actually, I don't know. But
there's one he did that was him performing with his son and the rest of his band the actual themes from the movies, like kind of new recordings of them. But otherwise, it's mostly just been, like you said, stuff in that milieu.
Yeah, like the Lost Themes albums are all original compositions that, like, if you just want to feel like you're in the Halloween spirit.
I told you I saw him live once perform this stuff, right?
Really?
He was mostly doing the movie themes. I think he maybe did like one or two of the Lost themes, but it was him and the full band doing just like all the hits from the Carpenter movies. And it was great because it's him at the front of the stage with like a keyboard. At one point before he does the They Live theme, like he just puts on the sunglasses and it is almost zero fucking banter. Like it is, maybe you've heard of this one. This is Halloween, and then just kind of launches into it. And like he's having a gas, but he has no desire for fat. Like he's not going to sit there. He's not going to rap with the crowd. He's like, nope, got to get to the next one. Got to get to the next one. It is ruthless.
I mean, how long ago was that? Because he's like pushing 80 now, I think.
This was pre-COVID, but not that far pre-COVID. I want to say like 2017.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So he was still fairly spry then, I'm sure.
Yeah, and it was a fun show. It was really fun.
That's cool.
It's almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So far, if I can recommend one, Lost Themes 3 Alive After Death.
Yes.
Okay.
Is the one. It's a great album.
There are Halloween decorations up in the suburbs. I have not done too much Halloween themed stuff. We don't do Halloween in-house decorations. Do you guys put up anything? Any spider webs or
just pumpkins?
No, but that stuff's everywhere in this neighborhood.
Yeah, okay.
There's like giant spider webs and spiders and stuff climbing out, and like I think some people put up like permanent lights here now because everybody's lights are just like programmable and Wi-Fi and shit.
What color is Halloween?
So like it's like orange and purple mixed together is a lot of what I'm seeing for Halloween lights.
Okay.
Yeah. That's generally because you can't really do black light. So purple sort of is the stand-in for that.
Speaking of spider, holy gracious. I was right before we were doing this podcast, a gigundo spider in this house, by the bathroom. Now, when I say a big spider, I'm not talking like a quarter or like, I don't know if anybody knows how big a $50 is at this point, but this was like bigger than an Oreo spider.
Okay.
Yikes.
Yeah. And
that's
I was
the
like,
oldest one.
Because usually I would just leave them alone.
Is that just leg span or is it like body to match the size?
Okay, body might have been a little smaller than that.
Let's get into some Australian territory, which I don't think is happening here in New Jersey.
So usually with a spider, I am like live and let live. You go about your business. Go find a nice meal on some other bugs in this house. But with something like that should owe me rent, needs to be taken care of. I didn't know. I froze. I panicked. I didn't know what to do. I'm not a bug squisher in general. I'm more of a try to get it out of the house in general.
You put a jar over it, slide a piece of paper under there, fling it out.
we were staring at each other, just kind of caught in this like stare because he had stopped and I stopped and we're staring and I'm like, shit, I can't get a cup.
I'm just imagining like the Ennio Morricone music like playing in the background as you're like showdown with the spider.
It was absolutely that because as soon as it would move like a leg, I would move fast to make sure it knew that I was here to like so it would stop again. So
is it like the end of Annihilation? Or are you doing like the mime thing with each other?
So I'm like,
is that spider becoming you?
I didn't know what to do actually, and what I wound up doing was I grabbed the thing on our bathroom countertop, which is full of Q-tips, dumped them all out on the counter, and used that to put over the spider, which then I was able to go get a piece of paper, slide the paper underneath the giant spider, and then walk that to the door, and then shoo the spider away.
I thought you were going to say you flung the Q-tips at it to distract it as like too many targets. I don't know what to do. It's like countermeasures.
Run. I feel like if I had squished that spider, I would have needed to go get a shovel and get a priest. For this thing was big. This was a big ass spider. Actually, okay. I don't want to get too much on bugs. I know people have bug things.
Yeah.
But Brad, you compost, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you compost your bugs?
Do you just put all the bugs in there? Okay. Recently, we have had a fruit fly problem. Do you have fruit fly problems with your compost?
Not in here.
Knock on wood.
But the big rolly compost bin downstairs in the garage.
Ugh.
Whoever in this building is responsible for taking the bins out every week failed to do so one week about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And that bin developed an unbelievable fruit fly infestation.
Gross.
Even to the point that even after it had been emptied and had no more compost in it, when I opened the lid the following week, and we're like the only ones in this building practically who compost, I opened the lid the following week, and again, there was like hardly anything in there for them to even be feeding on, like cloud of fruit flies just swarming out.
That's so gross.
That's no good.
Okay. It seems to have mostly abated at this point, but
because correct me if I'm wrong, my science might be a little off, but like fruit flies, they like live like a day, right? And then aren't they like a really short lifespan?
There aren't many flies that have long lifespans.
Like I thought a fruit fly was like you got like 48 hours, man, and then you're done. And so I assumed if we had just cleaned up everything, got rid of the compost, like you just mentioned, they would go away. But once in a while, fruit flies are so annoying. So maybe on the like, you have the dangerous side with mosquitoes and the annoying side, like fruit flies, maybe just one of the most, for me, pestering, annoying bugs. Because if I'm going to reach for an apple and a little black dot flies off of it, man, that's just annoying and gross. Like, what are you doing? Gross. Anyway, if everybody has good fruit fly tips, let me know.
Don't have stuff it likes to eat?
Yeah, aside from just get rid of your fruit.
Maybe some fly paper. Does that work for fruit flies?
People do have sticky stuff for them. We put out like a little vinegar and a soap thing that they're supposed to go in. You put a piece of apple and like some vinegar and soap, and then they go in and they can't get out, kind of thing. Ugh. Bugs inside the house.
Mm-hmm.
Bugs inside the house. I hate it. You just got to take measures to eliminate them. Small, discrete, measured measures to get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? Like not big sweeping changes, not long strides, Alex Navarro.
Oh, you mean toddler changes?
You want to take baby steps.
Baby steps. God, hang on, wait. I'm just going to like grab the wheel and jerk it back to the left here.
Okay.
I could not get to my fucking Talking Heads reference in time.
Oh, okay. Here,
Bugs inside the house. Couldn't remember if that was a Talking Heads song or not. It totally was. Anyway.
Is there a Talking Heads song? Bugs inside the...
burning down the house.
Oh, burning down the bugs.
Which is what you're going to have to do as the bugs continue to infiltrate.
Could not remember if that was them or not.
There are gnats inside my fruit.
Yep. There you go.
Bugs inside my house. Got it. Okay. Baby steps.
Baby steps.
I have played a decent amount of baby steps. Here's my question for you guys. You may have talked about this when I was in here. Are you supposed to hate Nate, the main character?
Yeah, I think that's probably, well, I don't know. I haven't
irritated by him?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Use your fucking hands, man.
I haven't gotten far enough into the story to say, but it seems like that might be the theme of the whole game or the point of the story.
stop yourself from sliding down.
Like,
just put
well,
a
not that
hand
part.
out.
Not that part. Maybe more the meta part of his
Oh,
uselessness.
I love the meta part.
Yeah.
I just hate when he starts sliding and then it's just ragdolls his way down
Oh
the
my
entire,
god, man.
entire cliff.
I like that game a lot. I had a bad moment with it the last time I played it, though, of one of those, like, I fell halfway down the mountain, and also my current hat landed on a ledge that I don't think I will ever be able to retrieve it from.
What's your current hat?
The bucket?
The frog bucket?
Oh, the red one?
Oh, the red one. Okay.
I haven't played a ton. I've been mostly playing the other two games that we'll talk about, but
I'm currently rocking the beanie, which is probably a pretty early on hat. It was the one that was on top of the merry-go-round.
Oh yeah.
I spent a lot of time getting that hat.
are they critical? Like, I got the sense that having that, what would you call, like, that kind of ranger's hat that you get right at the beginning? I got the sense that having that triggered like an extra cutscene or something.
I believe what that did was that triggered the part where you get the campfire cutscene, like hey, you get to see what happened with your dad thing.
Right, so I assumed that would. Well, so you have to have that hat. I believe
ditched that hat.
I believe every hat gives you a some kind of cutscene, because I went to one with the Burger King crown, and there was a whole fast food storyline that just happened there.
Oh wow. Okay. So like losing that bucket. I mean, A, it was going to take me 10 minutes to climb back up the mountain from where I fell to, and B, I don't think I can get that bucket back now.
So wait,
and it was so demoralizing that I just turned it off.
Explain to me how you trigger the cutscenes with the hats. I'm still pretty
early on. You go to the
on.
campfire, and when you go to the campfire, you sleep, and then the dream sequence is generally attached to whatever hat you went to the campfire with, it seems like.
So can you just do that anytime you get a new hat? Like, it's not tied to story, like, but the campfire, like, goes out after you sleep at it,
I believe after you use a campfire, it's effectively, like, you're on to the next objective. Like, I guess technically you could walk back, but I have not really tried to do that at all. And I got the impression that once you finish it, there is an ability to maybe go back around and do stuff, even if it's just with a new save. Like, you can just like fuck around more in some of the other areas, maybe. Okay, then I really need to suppress my completionist tendencies if I'm going to play more of this game then, because I'm like I said, like losing that hat really bummed me out. Yeah. I had one where the frog bucket hat, like I could not figure out how to get over the ledge of a thing to get to where the campfire was, and then it fell in exactly the right spot to where I could never get it again.
Yep.
Despite me trying like 3 or 4 times and doing a very annoying challenge to do it.
So I don't think I've ever had an experience with a game where I have more wanted to be like, what do we think, chat? Like mid playing it, even by myself in a room. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, do I go for it or not?
Like I keep envisioning like chat, like you know how, like, I mean, people who stream are familiar with this phenomenon of out of the corner of your eye, suddenly you see text like scrolling very rapidly.
Yeah.
When something happens that people think is funny.
Yep.
Right.
That shit keeps happening to me in this game, and there's nobody there to see it.
So just for my own edification, if I am choosing between hats, I just need to commit to one to move forward. I can't get all of them to trigger a thing.
There was one where I had 2 different hats over the course of between campfires, and I ended up picking the crown as the one that I went to the campfire with, and that seemed to trigger a related cutscene.
Okay, so it sounds like maybe the game does not care so much about you seeing every hat.
Okay.
No. The impression I've gotten from my time with it, and also just from talking to other people who have at least seen credits in this thing, if not like completed every single challenge, is that everything on the main path is like fairly difficult, but by no means impossible, and is in fact guiding you kind of toward like, hey, if you just want to go to this thing, you can just do that. And if you see stuff along the way, great. You don't have to explore everything, because in the end, what they really want you to do is just kind of see it through. The big, insane challenges, the man breaker, as they call it, all that stuff is completely optional and seemingly tangential to you completing the story of what's going on.
So what you're saying, are you trying to tell me when I spent an hour trying to walk up that Ferris wheel to kick over a stack of cans?
You did that because you wanted to.
I did want to.
Exactly. That's the point, is you wanted to, and that's fine. The game is not telling you don't do the things you want. They're telling you they don't matter.
It was really weird to kick that thing over finally and then not have a little ba-doop, like achievement or something pop up, just like, yeah, I don't care. Fucking kick that shit over.
You did that because you could, and it was there.
And it was there. I ate that apple, though, and that apple gave me a really trippy thing that happened.
Wait, apple?
The apple is, remember when we streamed it and I got the hat right at the beginning, and then right after the hat, there's another like even more difficult climbing challenge?
Yeah.
That's the apple. That's the first. Yeah, I also got that apple. I think we talked about it.
So I didn't get that apple. I sure did get that persimmon, though.
Oh, okay. Okay, did you get a little cutscene for that?
There's definitely a bit of him just gobbling that fucking persimmon down like that's a normal thing to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's fun. I like the little bits. I'm still pretty early on, mostly just now that I know that I have to choose between I had to ditch a couple of hats to get this beanie, because the beanie was the hardest hat to get. So I'm going to stick with that for now.
Question.
Yeah.
Probably the most important question I will ask today for anything. How much donkey dick have you seen?
None.
Wow.
Oh, what? None. I am up to, I think, I don't know if this is a story part, but I am up to, I put the controller down trying to get to the top of that cart that says cup on it. Trying to figure out how to get to the roof of that thing.
How many campfires have you seen at this point?
0.
Wait, what? What?
0.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing what I was doing at the beginning. Okay, and you just went all the way with it.
I went hard left off the path.
Yeah, you clearly did.
It said the cup was in the carnival, so I've been exploring the carnival, and I got the apple. So wait, can you get to the top of that thing? Because I spent a lot of time trying to get to the top of that thing.
I don't know. I completely bypassed the carnival. I never even bothered to go over there.
Okay. All right.
So
Brad, did you get the cup on the top of that thing?
No, I haven't been there. Have I been there? Sorry, where's the cup? I don't think I've seen the cup.
Okay. All right.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Again, there's a lot of like hidden weird stuff in this game, and the game is absolutely encouraging of you wanting to poke around and check out and see what that stuff is. Sometimes it is actually something like a hat or a fruit or, you know, a donkey dick, as it generally goes, or it's a series of cans that you can knock over and it means nothing, but the thing is, the game seems equally interested in you finding that stuff versus the other stuff. And I kind of love it. Like, I love the way they have kind of layered the weird shit on top of everything, but have also given you this very, I think, achievable critical path that will still get you probably to where you want to go in a fairly reasonable amount of time.
So, did you guys not see the big boot merchant?
Yeah.
I saw the boot merchant.
Okay, that cup is, that thing was like near him.
Yeah, I walked past it.
it.
I saw it, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, fair.
Oh, I don't remember seeing the...
Oh, well, I mean, there's
so the boot merchant was
in
the demo. Like, that's one of the people you can interact with in the original Steam demo for that game. But he's just a guy who is selling boots, but they're all too big, and he will not help you.
Yeah,
you're not getting.
I came by him by falling down one of those mud slides, though. So, like, maybe that zoomed me past the cup somehow.
I don't even know if this is the right cup. Have you seen the cup posters that are like, hey,
yes.
Yeah, I've seen.
Okay.
You have my vase.
Yeah. Okay, so like, you mentioned this last time, Brad. Sorry, I want to ask you this because I want to reaffirm what you said. You mentioned this last time of something about getting to the point now where it's like placing your foot at the right angle on everything, like taking the time to like turn the camera slightly to get your foot at the right angle. I feel like I went into the game with that. The thing that I will add to that I now feel like I have to deal with is there's like a moment where Nate will either you have to commit to the next step. It's like moving faster than you'd want to because otherwise he'll fall over, right? Like putting 2 feet down very quickly, or putting 1 foot over and he's about to tip and then quickly doing the next move or two. Otherwise he's going to fall. But there's that part with Nate's animation where he loses all friction. And I hate that part where he just like suddenly you're like moving along something, and then you just know that part where either you put your foot down wrong
too far,
or something happened, you overextended or something.
Yeah,
and he just loses all traction.
He just starts to
on
slide. Yeah,
fucking hate that part.
Yes, that's kind of the point where his like bodily cohesion sort of collapses. He just goes limp and falls. Yep.
And I hate him. I hate him so much when he does that.
That's what happened when I lost that bucket when I fell halfway down the mountain. The last time I played it, I was doing that exact thing, and I saw it happening in slow motion in my mind, even though it happened very rapidly. And I was just like, I can't right now. I'm going to go back to something else.
Just becomes the embodiment of every useless interaction I've ever had with a human. That I feel like I'm like, can you please just check with the health insurance, your supervisor? sorry, I can't just, and that is just Nate limp, going down a hill, just being like,
I don't think that's a fair comparison because that person on the other end of the line had a job.
True.
Yeah, but it's just that you're just not going to do anything. You're just gonna be limp and just slide through this. You're just gonna go.
You can be as mad at him as you want. All I can say is I had one of those last night where I went down a comically long mudslide down a fairly large slope, and at the end of it, he just kind of in a perfect poo voice just went, "Oh bother," and I was like, you know what? No, fuck it. I'm on your side again. I'm with you, Nate. We're gonna do this.
It's hard to say it's hard to get mad at the game. Sometimes I get mad at the game, but also it's kind of hard to get mad at the game. I know what you mean. I think maybe the better strategy when I take a spill like that is to just go do something else.
Yes.
Yeah, wander somewhere else.
Because typically when that happens, I'm thinking, well, I want to finish the thing I was trying to do, but now I have to trudge 10 minutes back up the mountain.
Yeah.
And I'm just too exhausted by this and I have to stop. Like maybe the thing is just, hey, I'm going to take my sights off of the thing I just screwed up trying to do and just go find something else that's closer.
It's almost like it's trying to teach you that a failure can sometimes lead to unintentional discoveries.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The other thing is I have seen just enough screenshots come across my feed of people doing some of those late game, I have to assume, optional challenges.
Yeah, like the man breaker and stuff,
that look so fascinatingly technical that I have got to get to those things and try them.
Oh, interesting. That sounds scary.
I've seen Grub. I've seen like Chris Person. Like some of them have been doing some really intense ones. There's apparently an Easter egg one where there is a literal invisible staircase to something.
Oh,
I don't know what it is, but
that's
it's in
incredible.
there somewhere.
That's insane.
No, thank you.
Like that's the layers I'm talking about. Like there's so much little, and some of it's just dumb, and that's fine. But like there's just so many little things peppered throughout that again do not really bear out in terms of like what seemingly is the main story. But for the obsessives, like there's just a lot to pick apart there.
A lot of cans to kick over.
Somebody on our Discord compared it to Trials.
I think it has some of that,
which I can actually see that.
Yeah.
There's that same kind of feeling of like barely controlled physics that are about to spin out of your grasp at any moments.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
A lot of maintaining balance and stuff.
Sucked all of like the coolness out of Trials because you're on a dirt bike, doing flips, and now you're just a guy who can barely reach that hat and is going to fall over if you just come on.
Like Nate really is a human dirt bike when you think about it.
Well, now
more
he
of like a dirt sponge.
Yeah, he's pretty messy. Does he get cleaned off when I go in the water? Like if
you get wet, that's for sure.
Yeah, you definitely get wet. I'm not sure about
the flies are really gross.
I think a lot of the dirt kind of tends to disappear when you sleep at the campfires, but other than that, right. I'm not really sure exactly how it's doing that.
Does the little baby chick follow you the entire game?
No, it eventually left me.
Okay.
It did follow me for quite a while, though.
We named that chick McDonald's.
Nice.
I have not seen that yet. That must be a campfire thing. This
campfire. No, you find it in a place that is not a campfire, but it will at least follow you to whenever you get to the next campfire if you handle it right.
Do campfires serve any purpose other than narrative stuff?
It's like a checkpoint, basically.
Okay, not like a fast travel or anything like that.
No, unless there's something that unlocks at the end of the game that I don't know about, I don't think so.
Okay. Baby Steps is frustrating. I like it. I definitely need to pace myself more because it's I do get in that obsessive thing of like, I'm here, I'll put it down after I do this challenge, just after I do this thing. I just need to finish this thing. Let me just get this thing and then I will put it down, and that's not good.
Look, this is a game that seems like it is inviting multiple playthroughs, like not just because of all the hidden stuff, but I think there's even like a hidden cutscene that comes if you skip every cutscene. Like there is a straight up like hidden 23-minute cutscene or something that happens if you do that. Like there's all kinds of weird shit like that they really want you to go back and see at some point.
Interesting.
I think I'll just YouTube that one personally.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know. There is a part of me that I am kind of just curious if I do wind up getting to completion of just walking the main path and never going off the main one and seeing how quickly that can go. Like I wonder if there must be speed runs of this game already, right? So like I am curious how fast somebody could speed walk their way.
Man,
totally.
I can't wait for is there an official speedrunning community term for not utilizing any kind of bugs or anything at all?
Yeah, no glitch, right? No glitch.
I think
glitch,
it's basically
no
just
glitch.
like a no glitch run, if I remember correctly.
I cannot wait for the game's done quick, like no glitch run of this game. Like I want to see somebody, because I don't want to see somebody breaking the physics and like warping across the map.
Yeah.
I want to see somebody who has like utterly perfected the controls of this game
Mm-hmm.
and is able to just fly through it.
There might be a better name for it. I always thought they were called no glitch runs, but somebody might be screaming right now.
I believe it.
Baby Steps, that's out now. $20.
I'm not joking. This is my favorite thing of the year so far.
That's fun. That's
Yeah,
a
I can
lot.
see it.
Yeah, that's fun.
I normally hate games like this. Like, getting over it is one of the most infuriating things I've ever played. I mean, intentionally so. I understand that. But, like, I also respected it. This I am both respecting and enjoying.
I do appreciate in this one, on like getting over it, you can just decide to go right instead of left. You know, if you're like, I don't like this part, you know.
Apparently, I've seen some people like comparing, they're like not comparing, but saying this game is a bit downstream of Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Which is really funny because, like, weren't people saying Death Stranding was basically like Kojima made a quap back when that came out?
This is like if one of the people
Like-
from the Death Stranding bunkers was forced to walk through the world not having done that in a really long time.
Like, it just feels like they are leapfrogging each other,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Fadi inspired Kojima, Kojima inspired Fadi. I don't know.
I could see if Baby Steps had come out a year and a half ago, I could definitely see Nate being like a cameo in the bunker, right? Like you're delivering a hat or a onesie or something to.
You can't scan Nate. He's not a real person, so he can't be in the bunker.
Well, it would be
He's not a celebrity you can scan.
I mean, who would play the real life Nate?
Bennett Foddy.
I mean, he does kind of look like Harry Knowles, but I'm not saying you should get Harry Knowles or pay Harry Knowles. That's not what I'm suggesting.
It'd probably be like Bennett Foddy, and you're like, he's got a friend, right, who needs this onesie. That's what you deliver.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I don't know why this comes to mind. Like, what do you think? Like, Paul Dano would be willing to put on the weight to play the role?
I
He
think
seems like a serious enough thespian Christian Bale style to be like, yeah, I'll gain 50 pounds for that role.
I don't know. There's got to be someone out there who has that perfect combination of body type and reddish hair to pull it off. I just don't know them.
do you know who does the VO for Nate? Like,
I actually haven't looked up the voice cast. I was kind of waiting until the end of the game to look that stuff up.
I just assumed they were like dude.
I think one of them is Gabe Kuzilo, but I don't know.
They just seem like they're riffing every time. Like it's just like it's kind of like an improv thing. You have a premise you need to get to. Now just record this session and riff for a minute.
Yeah,
is the vibe I get.
And then just animate around that.
Just animate around that. Baby Steps out now. All right, before we get to the break here, I will mention a smaller game. It's only a $5 game called a Pocket Boss. It's on Steam. Is it on mobile?
I think it might have started on mobile. I'm not sure.
It's cute.
I think my phone already is my Pocket Boss,
Nice.
Vinny. What are we talking about here?
So it's a fairly short game. It is just a game where you're interacting with your boss and he's sending you charts and you just have to manipulate the charts to solve the puzzle very quickly. But it goes in some like weird, very strange places as the charts start to animate and become more than just your line graphs and stuff. And it's very dumb. It's very dumb corporate culture gags in it.
Okay. You recommended this game earlier, and I was like, I kind of like was anti-interested in this because of the corporate angle. I was just like, man, like we escaped that environment after putting up with it for way too long. It's like the last thing I want to do is have somebody like that in my ear again. But now that I see the way these puzzles animate on this website, these GIFs of how it works,
it's very silly. It's like
I could see this being pretty good.
It's like, hey, the profits are down this on this week. Can you change it? And you just make the profits go through 100% and make it one long line. And you're like, great, you're done.
Honestly, this bar graph where the bars are all waving around like a wavy tube, man.
Yes. It's fun.
Kind of makes me interested in it.
It's fun and pretty short. I had a pretty good time with it. And the back and forth between, you get to choose some lines occasionally, and they're both very silly. You can start answering just everything like, yeah, boss. And he's like, ooh, I like when you call me boss. But like, you got it, boss. It's very silly. And
are you typing messages?
You're replying.
Responses?
It all takes place on your phone.
Right, but I mean, does it let you,
just
type
choose
what you want?
You just choose.
Oh, well, you pick. Okay,
Yeah, you just choose between.
I thought you were going to say they're bringing back like adventure game text parsers.
Like basically, you can either choose the kind of like obsequious, like yes, boss, right away, boss, or you can choose the who cares line. I chose mostly the bootlicker responses and did my best to make the profits all the way. But I almost thought it was going to go frog fractions at one point, but I don't think it does. And I finished it, and it did not seem to, unless I missed something, because the charts start going some weird places towards the end. Very fun. It's like $5. Sounds like it's on mobile as well as the PC. I recommend it if you have some $5 burn a hole in your pocket and looking, I don't know, hour and a half, maybe an hour, maybe even less than that to kill. Pretty good time. Tell you what, we'll get to this a little later. A lot of games to choose from. A lot of games out there.
Some might say too many.
A lot of games out there.
Some might say.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to talk about more of those games. This show's mostly going to be checking in with the games. We had a very long show last week, kicking off a lot of the game releases that had just popped in October.
And the week before that.
And the week before that. So we're mostly catching up with stuff. So we'll come back. We'll talk more about what we've been playing right after this. This week's show is brought to you by Factor. Alex and Brad, fall is one of my favorite seasons, and usually I love the weather. Usually I love spending time doing things like talking about scary movies with you guys or engaging with fall activities with the kids. But that involves having free time, and that involves maybe not spending all of my time preparing fabulous fall dishes, and this is where Factor can help you out. What is Factor?
Tell me more.
Well, I will. Factor has chef-prepared, dietitian-approved meals that make it easy to stay on track and enjoy something comforting and delicious, no matter how hectic the season gets. And the season, in this case, fall. I wouldn't call fall hectic for me.
I don't know. Kids are back at school. Leaves are falling everywhere. You know, it's just like there are hectic things about fall, but...
Yeah. You know what's hectic about fall? Having to watch Evil Lurks is a hectic thing, okay?
I don't think Factor can help you with that, but it can help you provide some delicious meals while you watch When Evil Lurks.
And a great selection. Like a premium seafood choices like salmon and shrimp at no extra cost. And for the first time, you can try Asian-inspired meals with bold flavors influenced by China, Thailand, and more. For more choices to better nutrition, that's why 97% of customers say that Factor helped them live a healthier life. And in these spooky movies, we all know 97%, that's a pretty good survival rate in terms of
It's not really
some
much
of
of
the
a
movies we're
movie if
watching.
90% and 7% of your characters are surviving, I think.
Feel the difference no matter your routine. Eat smart at factormeals.com/Nextlander50off and use code Nextlander50off to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's code Nextlander50off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Thanks, Factor. All right, we are back, and it is, of course, that time of the show where we check in with Death Stranding 2. Now, again, some spoilers here. We'll probably talk mechanics. I don't want to talk around too much stuff, but there's some fun stuff I think we reached. So if you're really avoiding a pure blackout on Death Stranding 2, you might want to skip ahead, look at the chapters, look at the times. They might slip around because of ad insertion stuff. Just be aware, filling time so that you catch the spoiler warning. Before we move on, talk about some Death Stranding 2. Brad, you have delivered your pizzas to the point where you have met the pizza man.
The theme for me this week is intentionality, I have realized.
Okay.
It's like we kind of developed it about baby steps in the course of talking about that game, a strategy for maybe ignoring the hats or minimizing them and moving through it a little bit more efficiently.
Okay.
Death Stranding, I have like dramatically changed the way I am playing that game.
Explain.
In a way that is moving me through it much faster. Like I was just playing it very scattershot. Like, oh, I've got a couple of pieces of lost cargo. I'm going to drive over and drop that stuff off. Oh, that looks like a fun side order. I'm going to do that right now.
Madness.
And only that. Which probably explains how I'm 70 hours into the game and still only on my way to open up East Fortnite right now.
What has changed for you?
I basically, the big change I made is I have just been banking a million things to do and then doing them all at once.
Got it. Okay.
Instead of doing 2 or 3 or 4 things at a time piecemeal as I go.
Yeah.
Key to that strategy is that I have built out every single road and monorail that I have access to.
Okay. Now here again, we're going to talk a little spoilers here. So the roads that are deeper past, I'll give people a second here.
Mm-hmm.
Roads that are deeper path, like by around is it the Motherhood? Is that?
Yeah, the Motherhood is the far kind of northeast location.
Yeah, the stuff that's like around there, those roads start to get pretty pricey.
Yeah, they're pretty expensive.
And that's what I was talking about last time, where like I couldn't even fit everything in a truck to knock out all the ceramics and the metals in one go to do multiple. There's like 2 or 3 there that feel like they're pretty expensive in the like 2,000 range of materials.
Yeah, actually, I think it's actually like maybe 5 in a row total. There's more than you think.
So how'd you wind up doing those? Like, what was your strategy for those?
Mexico.
What does that mean?
Go back to Mexico.
Yes.
Bring an empty truck.
Yes.
If you efficiently utilize the Magellan fast travel and fill up the truck and et cetera, you can pretty rapidly bring a shit ton of material. Well, let me back up. Do you remember like the first week or 2 that we talked about this game when I spent way too much time 5-starring every location in Mexico?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
That really paid off.
Okay. I have also 5-starred everything in Mexico.
Okay.
So
then you have a ton of materials there. Because if you didn't do that, if they were all like 3 stars.
Yeah.
Because, every location increases the amount of materials they give you every time you upgrade it.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have nearly as much if you hadn't done that. But if you've got everything 5-starred in Mexico, just go back there and do a loop.
And just drain it.
I go back and forth on whether the private lockers have a cap on them or not. Do they?
I have not hit a cap on the private locker. So you're putting stuff in Mexico. Okay. So you're putting stuff in Mexico. You have no deliveries because I can't imagine you would ever take the Magellan delivery rating on any delivery. So you
absolutely fucking not.
Right. So you clear out all your deliveries.
Although I don't know if there's actually a penalty for. I never actually bothered to verify that there's a penalty for getting a Magellan rating.
I never did either because I won't do it.
What
every
he's
time I
talking
get
about,
that pop up, I go, okay, I'll figure it out.
If you get cargo to deliver in this game and you use the fast travel to go deliver it, they give you like a black mark on your record, basically. Like they give you a Magellan rating,
or whatever it is. Yeah.
I assume that means you're going to get less likes, and that means you're not going to level up as fast. Like I assume you're not going to like get level up credit for delivering cargo that you cheated.
Yes, I would assume because that would just be against the entire.
Yeah.
So you clear out all your deliveries, and then basically you're just you're putting stuff in your private locker, Magellaning closer to where the road is, and then driving that over to the road thing.
You're talking about the kind of resource loop in Mexico. Like you're just Magellaning between locations because you can do it on almost all of them with a couple exceptions. Yeah, and you just go and load up as much into the truck into each location as you can.
Yeah.
Drive the 10 seconds to drop it off in your private locker, go back, clean out the rest.
And you found that better than using the mining because it doesn't cost chiral
Absolutely.
crystals.
A million times.
Okay.
Like you come out with I still have more. Like I said, I completed every road I have access to.
Yeah.
I still have leftover metals. I've never had to mine metals. Like, it's a lot of materials.
I should go do that then. Yeah, I mined one batch of metals and it wiped out. It takes a lot of chiral crystals.
Yeah. So the other thing is I have upgraded that metals mine and also the second ceramics mine south of the Architect. I've upgraded both of those mines to level 3.
Okay, but you're not using them.
Turns out I have not really. I only had to use the ceramics mine once to get enough to do all the roads.
And you're doing okay on chiral crystals?
Yeah, I've got about 40,000.
40?
Yeah.
And are you just draining out every place?
I was doing that early on, but the last probably 8 or 10 locations I have not bothered draining just because I have so many. The other thing you may have forgotten because it's such a tiny tooltip at the beginning of the game. The more chiral crystals you have on your person,
you get lighter.
The more lighter your cargo gets, effectively. So that's why I roll around with 40,000 on me.
Do you get out of the truck to pick them up ever?
Not as much. I have been doing it for the big ones, for the ones where he's like, oh, that's a big one.
Yeah, like the 90 over,
doing
like,
those. I've gotten it down to, if you really get the sort of muscle memory of how to get out of the truck right, I've gotten it down to about 5 seconds of downtime per collection of crystal.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I'm desperate, and I'm not expecting this, but I would love it if there were like a scoop upgrade for the truck.
There's gotta be. I can't remember if that was in the first one, but there's gotta be like I in my head, I'm either inventing it or maybe there really was some kind of catcher for Kyro crystals.
Yeah, there are two things that I badly want for the truck. It is a crystal catcher and more speed, and I don't know if those are coming or not. I will say I've got the mechanic open and have done a couple deliveries for him.
Yeah.
And he's upgrading the truck every step of the way.
Got some armor?
Yes, I got the armor, and I got the extra like lightning modules.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
For the truck. And I think the next one is something about attack.
Oh,
I think the level, the 4-star reward is something like the corpus description says something like, he'll give you an item that increases the truck's attack or something like that.
Maybe it's for hitting guys?
Really hoping the 5-star is a better speed. Although I don't know how the little anti-gravity modules work on that thing. Like, do they stack?
I put 2 on, but like,
because you can put up to 6 modules on the truck. If I put
really
6 of those things on there,
like if I'm doing a jump, I'm usually going off those jump pads.
Yeah, the ramps.
I'm trying not to bump around too much.
So where I'm going with all this is I built out all the roads.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And now my MO is just pick up cargo everywhere I go.
Yeah.
And any of the major locations that are right off a road, because not all of them are, some of them you still have to drive 2-3 minutes off a road to get to.
Damn architect.
But it's like the Motherhood, the Data Scientist, some of the others like that, are just becoming my de facto like lost cargo depots.
Sure.
Basically, and especially every time you fast travel, because again, you don't want that Magellan rating.
Right.
So every time I'm especially about to fast travel, but just in general, I'm just dumping cargo at some of those major like hubs right off the artery. Until
you have enough to do like a big run?
Until I just happen to be like, I'm going to take 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But at that point, I've got so much cargo built up, and especially if you take on the side orders, they're available at that point.
Yeah.
Like I've got
and
more
the shared cargo stuff too.
Yeah. I don't.
You don't
do
those?
Much? Do you get many likes for those? I don't.
Sometimes I feel like I'll just do it because I'm heading there anyway.
Okay. I mostly forget to ever even look in the shared locker. I almost never, I've barely ever looked in one. I just keep forgetting that they're there. But I also don't see much relevant cargo for me typically in there.
I'll do it if I'm really just trying to min-max the data scientist or something. Be like, I want every little bit to get me to that 5th star.
Oh man. Next reward is the 2nd level silenced assault rifle from the data scientist.
Also, is it more ammo?
Also, I can't believe, of course they put a VTuber in this game.
Pecco. You wearing the hat?
What is the hat?
The data scientist hat?
Damage? No, I'm still wearing the otter hat because the
otter hat's a hood. You could put a hat on top.
I thought her hat was also a hood.
No, it's just a hat. I got another hat. I think you're in the middle doing stuff. I'll let you. But you got the cutscene with the pizza guy?
So anyway, just to finish the loop there, when I'm doing deliveries now, I've got more lost cargo and side order cargo than will fit in the truck.
Yeah. Okay.
It's pretty satisfying.
Especially sometimes when you get those deliver 800 pounds of water. And
it's like the thing where you do deliveries and get a tiny little sliver on your meter. And it's just like, why did I even bother doing that? That's kind of gone now because I've got so much that
right.
Last time I did a run, I upgraded stars on multiple locations all in one run. Feels pretty good. Also, ironically, kind of probably actually recreates the feeling of being a UPS driver more than playing it the other way that he was probably going for, or they're probably going for with this game.
Well, okay. I love this part of it. And the thing that I think we messaged offline or off air, about the deterioration of your roads and stuff like that. And really kind of once a road disappears or something like that, which hasn't happened to me, I feel like that's really going to suck the wind out of my sails.
Do you know what the cutoff is? Because my oldest, I've started getting, hey, a road you built is deteriorating messages, but my lowest one is at 51% durability, I think.
Okay. So. I have not been back to check on any of them.
That's the other thing. The ones that are breaking down are in an area that I'm super not touching anymore. Yeah. It's that starting area, basically.
So the thing for me in Death Stranding 1, and Alex, I don't know if you remember this, it was a thing where, again, some spoilers for Death Stranding 1 now, but you went away, you did a bunch. Remember that part we all talk about in Death Stranding where you build up all that infrastructure and it's like you start driving around. You go through the story, but then the game has you come back and like everything has been destroyed. Or I remember in my mind, stuff has been destroyed because it has been destroyed by the timefall while you were away, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, fucking shit. All that road and infrastructure, and it's part of the narrative. They want you to like traverse the area again.
Yeah. I mean, coming from a guy who once said he wanted to make a game where when you died, the game broke and you had to buy another copy, that was probably intentional.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously, but like, it really just was like, man, I spent a lot of time building stuff here. My like slingshot network. And this game, again, I'm going to talk explicitly here about some stuff, but this game gives you so many fast travel options that seem mostly not useful to me at the way I'm playing the game, or because you're leaving cargo behind, or you're getting that Magellan rating on things like the hot springs, the teleporter, like all these things that are like, yeah, you can travel to this place, but the way I'm playing it and logistically playing it doesn't necessarily work for me. I hardly ever use them unless I was like building trucks in multiple places and just like taking on orders that were point to point. But I kind of play it like you said, Brad, where it's like, I will load up a zone and then I'll just do the big haul in the truck and just like pop off a bunch of places. I'm rarely like fast traveling, unless it's a mine and I'm doing something like that, fast traveling to a place to just do a point to point order. I'm doing like a big chain of orders along the loop. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the roads network, I haven't done all of them by that mine in the Motherhood yet. I've done a lot of other ones. The roads are generally pretty good, but I do find myself, and it's especially around, now we're getting into like we need the map on the screen. It's around the part where what's it called? The depot with the guy, the brawler guy, the supply depot who gives you the gloves. Was that F2? I forget which. Yeah, the like I think hub.
It's F2.
Yeah, it's around that area where you can either go to I think it's the Northern Observatory area, which is
to the east.
At the base of the mountain where the architect and stuff is, and on the other side of that is the pizza guy, and like that's just such a long drive to go all the way around.
Eyeballing the map, I think there is another artery that's going to connect through there eventually.
Because I off-road it sometimes. I'm just like, I'm just going through this area.
I'm pretty sure late game you're going to get another connecting road that will obviate that whole problem.
Do they give like, or so because I found a road that wasn't there at some point that went through by the animal shelter, and I was like, I don't remember this being here.
That exact thing happened to me too. The road that connects up from the animal shelter down to that valley where the Northern Observatory is. Like, I got way deeper into the game and then somehow was like, wait, did I miss an auto paver up here? What the fuck?
Because the road just used to dead end, right? And it was just like, so like the auto pavers just kind of pop up.
That or that one is just easy to miss. I'm not sure.
It's weird. Okay. So I forget exactly where I am. I'm a little past where you are. I have done that next Fort Knot.
You've been to East Fort Knot, so that's what I'm kind of on the way to do right now. I'm basically doing a massive sweep of delivering everything I've got to all the locations between the Motherhood and back at F2. But F2, they send you all the way back to F2 to get there. No, it's F1, isn't it? Isn't it West Fort Knot?
It's the one with the woman who runs it. Yeah.
Yes, they send you all the way back there to get the cargo. So I'm just going to kind of clear all the pending deliveries I've got and go get that and then move on. So
that was pretty funny because I also, at that point, had so many of the roads built up. I kind of felt like I was like, yeah, ain't no thing. I'll just jump in the truck. We'll go.
I did. The one thing I really took the time to do, though, was build a zipline network all the way from the Motherhood to the mechanic.
Oh, that's
because again, I want those fucking truck upgrades. And
have you jumped off the rail ever? The monorail?
Yeah, once.
What happens?
It hurts.
Okay, you do take damage.
I did it back when I thought you had to do that to get to the inventor. Before I realized you could just scan your way through the muck.
Okay,
because the inventor's on that little island. I jumped off the monorail to get down to his thing, and I took a lot of cargo damage.
You do? Okay. All right. I didn't know if you had some kind of like Death Stranding 2-ish way to slowly descend or something.
Not that I've seen so far. Although I'm not carrying cargo on my back like ever now. How about you?
I either have it in the truck or on the carrier usually.
Yeah, like 99% of the time. So I never use the carrier. But 99% of the time there is literally nothing in my backpack now.
Like, okay, you'll probably get to a part recently. There are some parts where you look on the map. I don't use the route planner much at all, but like you'll look on the map during a delivery and you're like, oh, okay, I'm up to mostly story stuff where they're like, they want me to go on foot here. And I just take the truck and I find my way with the truck.
Yep.
And I love, and this was in Death Stranding 1 as well, but I love once you get a place on the chiral network and all the like recharge stations and stuff pop up afterward. And you're like, yeah, this area is done. We're good here. But I mostly take the truck. I hardly use the trike unless I really have to go do a weird mission that's like, just go, I lost some cargo, go reclaim it. And I'll be like, all right, I'll jump on a trike and go. Because the trike can hold like nothing. And
trike can hold 2 XLs and that's it.
And like, I do hit some frustrating parts. And again, it's just a limitation of the space, but where I have the truck is full and I'm doing a thing and then my backpack is full and I can't get in the truck and I have to do some I have some either I have some hangups. I don't litter in the game. So if something's broken, I just don't leave it on the ground. I will try to take it back to a base to recycle. This world feels like it doesn't need my litter in it. So I will hang on to broken stuff, that's on me.
I'm going to say you might be hampering yourself there a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of do the same thing, but not on purpose. It's more I just don't have a ton. Like I mostly just have like empty blood bags and stuff. Not a lot of.
Like I run out of bullets in that sniper rifle quite a bit. And,
also you can recycle empty stuff too, so it's worth. That's the other thing I should mention real quick is for resource grind. Yeah, like every time I clear a bandit base or anything, I pick up literally everything in the base. Or like when I did the factory with Higgs, that big story moment.
Oh, you did? What do you think of that cutscene while we're there?
Oh, this is rad. I mean, they showed a bunch of that during a state of play a while back, so I knew part of that going in. I mean, that was a fun cutscene. But I picked up every single thing in that factory, including all the weapons that everybody dropped.
Yeah.
It was like, you get a not insignificant amount of stuff out of recycling all that stuff.
Okay. And some chiral crystals made you
it's worth it if you're trying to get all those roads built out. It is worth, especially if you put 2 cargo harpoons on the truck.
Yeah.
Kind of just drive through there and let them auto pick up everything.
They go left and right.
And then, like it's pretty fucking awesome to watch those things shooting out independently at the same time.
That's funny. I usually roll with the gun and the harpoon, but maybe I should. I hardly use the gun on it.
Yeah, I never use the gun.
It misses so much.
Yeah, but then, so then you just go back to base and recycle everything. And it's like you get a decent amount of stuff out of it.
I think some of that stuff I still got a little, the menus seem a little tedious sometimes. Like I wish there was like a little bit more of, like we said earlier, when you're taking on a main mission, and you take it on and you go into the route planner and you're like, okay, I'm going to be doing a long trip, taking this main mission. I wish before it bopped you out of the menus that you can check your private locker and the shared cargo locker without having to re-engage the terminal again to be like, all right, I took this mission here. Now it bopped me out and it's like, good to go. And they're like, no, let me go check.
I think you can, right?
I think you might be able to check your cargo, but I don't think you can get back without canceling the mission to the shared locker.
Shared locker. Yeah, I don't think that's there.
So some of that stuff.
Yeah, you know about the drag select, right?
Well, yeah, where you just hold it down and just go.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I think this game is really streamlined over the first one, and I am enjoying it quite a bit.
Yep.
I'm glad you saw the pizza.
So that's sorry. Yeah. So I saw the pizza thing super late because I guess I got the cargo. So there's this unique piece of cargo that triggers that whole sequence.
It's kind of weird. I didn't feel like the unique cargo was anything special. I think I
didn't even know what it was, and I'm not sure it was even part of a specific order so much as I just found it somewhere. But I must have just chucked it in one of the private lockers as I've just been banking cargo for the last 10 hours of game or whatever. So I must have just randomly pulled it out and delivered it when I was doing my big sweep just now. What a ridiculous game.
That's a fun one.
Like the whole pizza thing, like the Polaroid taking sequence on the ship.
Yes.
Like, did you go to each location and watch them pose?
I think I just did it in the hallway. I looked at the other location and I was like, oh, the hallway seems like the coolest one.
You can go through all of them and just watch them go through every like little goofy pose and dance that they've
ridiculous. Got. Yeah.
There's like the pop quiz shit that they keep hitting you with.
I feel like I've only gotten one of those.
Oh, I've done all those now.
Wait, how do you trigger them?
Like every time you sleep, or maybe not every time, but after they start happening, when you just randomly sleep in your private room, it'll give you another one.
Oh, I hardly ever sleep.
No idea what those things are leading toward.
I think I only got one. And
like there's the biology one.
Yeah.
And then there's like a spatial one.
I don't think I got that one.
Okay, you haven't seen any of the later ones then.
That's weird. I wonder if you get past the point you don't get them anymore.
Probably.
Because like I feel like it's part of the education, right? It's part of the.
Well, how often do you sleep?
I don't. I mean, I sleep when the cutscenes make me sleep. Or
okay. See, I sleep a lot, which is probably why I've seen all of them.
Look, Dollman just wants me to take a shower all the time. Okay,
he sure does.
Hey man,
this is the taste of food.
Sam, you look like you could use a fresh shower. Wow, nothing like a fresh shower.
Dollman is like best new character territory.
It's all right.
I find Dollman to be a lot of fun.
He grows on you, I found.
I'm scared there's going to be a Dollman turn.
I don't think so.
Although
that face he makes, occasionally that like demonic face that comes out, like when he was hissing at Higgs in that cutscene, it's pretty fucking.
Did you do the hot springs by the Motherhood?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've gotten 2 or 3 hot springs. I don't know how to find them though. Like, I know once you're in the area, you equip the thing and it basically is like a dowsing rod kind of thing. But like, how do you know which area has a hot spring to begin with?
I only did the one that was the side mission for that lady. And then it made it. But that little song and dance number they do is pretty fun in the hot spring. Silly game.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's getting more so in a really fun way.
So you completed chapter 6?
Oh yeah, I'm in 8, I think.
Okay, yeah, they feel like they go faster, right? After that, they kind of like knock out a little quicker. Yeah,
but also again, the way I'm playing it, I'm really just streamlining the downtime side activity stuff. So
love it. Build your roads.
Yep. Done.
Infrastructure time. Death Stranding 2.
Yeah, I've got to see the end of that game. There is no way I'm not seeing the end of that game at this point. And again, there are all these other games out and coming out that I want to play. So
I do wonder, because some of the hour counts I've seen, I'm about where you are. I think I've got like 70 or 80 hours in, and some of the hour counts I've seen are in the hundreds of hours.
Yeah, I have very consistently seen average, let's say maybe 115 from people who are really into this game, who did kind of everything.
So
both people I know and people that have written in.
So I think I wonder if there's like a big front loading of stuff, and maybe where we are, stuff starts to go a little faster. I like in the content, because
I don't
think I've got enough. I forget how many chapters are. I looked it up at some point, but I feel like chapter wise, maybe it's halfway, but content wise, maybe it just spent longer in the beginning.
Well, but then also again, some of it is the extra quality of life stuff they give you. Some of it is just the way that you are engaging with the game also evolves.
Yeah. We'll see. That is Death Stranding 2 continues to be.
We will finish it and move on with our lives eventually, I swear.
One day.
No, it's good. I mean, look, it's fun to talk about. It's a fun game.
I was away from it for almost 2 months, judging by my save files.
I'm glad we're about around the same spot, because it makes it fun to talk about. And it's a pretty easy game, I think, to just come up, get ramp back up to speed, and it has extremely been my like comfort game this year. Just like, I need to sink into something comfortable that I really enjoy engaging with. Okay. We got a thing or two left here. Well, let's talk a little bit about Jump Space, which just went into early access. This is previously known as Jump Ship. Brad, we played this with Will Smith. I think when we jumped into Jump Space, I think we both agreed maybe it was a little earlier access than we were anticipating.
Yeah, feels pretty rough.
Some parts feel rough. Some parts feel tuned okay. Like some of the mechanics and the moving feel okay.
Yeah, but it looks really nice, and the shooting and movement feel great.
Yeah, but some of the like around the edges sound effects and UI stuff feels a little
missing sound effects, like the text pop-ups were broken for both of us, so we kind of couldn't read most of what the game and characters were trying to tell us.
Mm-hmm.
Which seems like a very fundamental thing to not work in your shipping game.
Like sometimes I would be able to get stuff for a long dialogue thing, but like when you were flying through a thing and it was like, did you pick up something? I don't know.
Like all the tooltips would appear for about 5 frames on the screen and then be dismissed before I could read them. But
it's pretty actiony. It's a fairly actiony co-op PvE space game.
It's very Void Crew if the simulation aspect of Void Crew was mostly replaced with like Call of Duty.
Yeah,
frankly, because it's extremely aim down sights. Like the guns feel like that. Like Void Crew doesn't even have shooting. Like Void Crew is a simulation game, I guess I would say, more than anything, or a management game. It's like a management sim, I guess I would say.
Like Void Crew, which is probably the best, or at least the most top of mind analogous game. Yeah, because
I haven't played Wildgate. I know you have, but
Wildgate's like probably a little closer to this.
Yeah, like more and more of these like get a crew of friends and fly a spaceship games are coming out, which is awesome.
Yeah, so like what is it? Marauders is probably the like a very simmy version of this.
Yeah, or Marauders is the extraction shooter of this.
Yeah, which you had more simulation on the ship, but also the extraction part made it, because that was PvPvE or PvP. I don't know if there was an E.
I don't think you need to keep track of all that anymore.
Yeah, it's both. Yeah, because you're shooting. Remember, you're fighting AI on the ship that you board, but there's other teams also doing the same thing. Like it is very extremely an extraction shooter.
But that was a little more hardcore. This one for sure. Less. And Void Crew has like points you're dropping into your specializations. This is much more everybody is jumping out there and just doing what you want to do. You have a grappling hook, which is pretty rad. You have a jetpack, which is pretty cool. You can jump on enemy ships in space and just shoot them, which is pretty fun. And the thing I didn't realize when we were playing, it is kind of a run-based game where you are going from like choose your node, which
it's kind of exactly the Void Crew structure.
Yeah,
actually.
And not just the Void Crew structure. A lot of games, right, that are PvE do this kind of like, go to the next node. What are you going to pick up? We've got everything.
Or roguelikes, actually, yeah. Like, is that branching path style of roguelike of pick your next hop?
Though, the thing that it didn't have, which maybe will come, which seems like a design decision that I appreciated now, playing this and Void Crew, is it doesn't have that timer like we got to get out of here. Like we can't just sit around, because there were times in Jump Space where we're like, do we have everything? I don't know. Do you want to just go like look at this other thing again? I'm not sure if we have everything. And Void Crew's like, no, the big bad's coming into this sector. We just need to leave now. Which helps you kind of just move forward in the game. But I liked it. It's got good bones, I think. And it's just an early access.
Yeah.
So that is Jump Space, $20. You can check it out, get your crew together. Finally here, a return to Megabonk. More Megabonk has been played.
Unfortunately, still playing a lot of Megabonk.
Yeah,
like I said, though, intentionality this week, though. Like I am playing, like now I am focusing on upgrades in that game. Now I'm min-maxing upgrades because I hit the wall very hard where it became clear, like, oh, mathematically, you just cannot get any further in this game.
Yeah.
Unless you make the numbers bigger.
So again, I know we talked about it last week, but Megabonk, a Vampire Survivors like in 3D, is that too reductive?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
It's exactly
in fact,
that.
I think that's exactly what they want you to think about it.
It is shamelessly patterned after Vampire Survivors in look and feel and mechanics, just happens to be in 3D.
Okay.
Like, just kind of like extracts the layer of Castlevania-ness from the whole thing and just kind of makes it a hodgepodge of other various, fantasy monsters and whatnot. But otherwise, there's very little difference other than the 3D element.
So, Alex, for you, is it kind of tickling the Vampire Survivors auto shooter spots?
I mean, let me be clear. It's not that hard to tickle that part of my brain. Like, I played way more of that fucking Renfield game than I probably had any reason to, because it was one of those and it was reasonably good at doing it. This is better than that. I'm with you. Like, I'm now at that point where, like, I definitely have to start focusing on certain upgrades and getting certain things. Otherwise, I'm just not going to get there. But there is also just a very fun seat of your pants element to this game as well, where it just feels like even if you're not getting where you want to go or things aren't dropping the way you want, sometimes there's still a good amount of fun to be extracted from everything going wrong, too many swarms, all this bullshit happening. And I think it has enough spirit where the failed runs don't make me be like, I'm good, I don't need to play this again.
Yeah, and I mean, if you've got, like I said last time, like you've got agility options here you did not in Vampire Survivors.
Yeah,
like
you can jump, for instance.
Yes, like in Vampire Survivors, you couldn't jump over enemies to get away from them, for example. Or
get flung all the way across the map by them on the other side of that.
Or run up a ramp, run up a slope to get height and get away or whatever. I do find, this game feels a little slapped together in places. Like the camera can go real bad. Like the levels are all randomly generated, and sometimes it'll randomly generate like nooks and crannies where if you get in there wrong, like the camera gets so fucked that you just get swarmed and die before you can see what's going on. But yeah.
Megabonk.
Have you unlocked any more weapon or tome slots yet?
Not slots. I've
Okay.
definitely like gotten a better slate of weapons than the initial ones they give you. I've got like the skateboarding skeleton and a couple of other characters unlocked.
I'm not sure if I've got that guy
Calcium,
yet.
I think is his name.
I don't think I have him. I've got like 8 or 10 characters, but I don't have. But the character unlocks are all dependent on specific quests.
Objectives.
Did Vampire Survivors do this? This game pops like kind of your 5 closest quests to completion just show up on the title screen at all times.
So I don't think Vampire Survivors did that. Most of the goals were always very much like under the hood. Like you would see like obviously there's the whole upgrade tree and all that kind of stuff. But as far as like you achieving like unlocking a hidden character or something, like they never really surfaced anything about like, hey, you are building toward that goal.
Yeah, so this game is way more blunt about just exposing the machinery of the upgrades that's going on under the hood, because again, like basically whatever the 5 quests you already have that are like closest to finishing are just always there, so it's super easy to see what you should focus on, because a lot of like the weapon and tome slots are just based on number of quests finished.
Yeah.
Like I think you get I forget the numbers. I think like the 4th weapon slot is at 45 quests done. So it's like it's really behooves you to just grind out quests. It doesn't matter what they are, even though each quest also will get you a new item or a new character or whatever. But just doing numbers of quests based on what is almost done is the best way to upgrade fast. So like I've got all 4 weapon and tome slots now, and that feels like when the game actually starts for real.
Yeah.
Do the characters have different mobility stuff?
Yes, there's like, for instance, like the 2 characters you get at the beginning, the fox guy and the armor suit guy. Armor suit guy is definitely slower but also much meatier and much harder to kill.
Yeah, a lot of it is attribute based. Like the ninja has built-in evasion, so he evades a lot. But like most of the weapons and abilities they come with are generic that you can get off of anything. Like you can get those abilities by getting the right tome on any character, but some of these characters start with them and get bonuses for them.
Okay.
It's like pretty mechanically satisfying at some points to really dig into all the characters and like min-max tomes and stuff. Have you gotten the attraction tome?
Yes, I've gotten the attraction tome.
Like that feels. I never don't want the attraction tome. Like this game, to be clear, it's literally the same little blue gems that are the experience in Vampire Survivors.
Yeah.
That's how much they are ripping that game off.
There is nothing subtle about what they're doing.
The attraction tome, and you upgrade this constantly, so you can just keep pouring more points into it. Just increases the range that the experience will suck into you. So you can have it. You can have it where you basically can't go anywhere without all the experience coming at you constantly.
Yeah, that and health regen are always the ones I go for first, if at all possible.
Yeah.
This is not a singular work of genius. This is a game that is very much we decided this kind of game would be good in 3D, and they were right, and they were right enough to make it good. This
game is laser targeted at the dopamine receptors in your brain, and doing a pretty good job of that. Have you been to the desert?
I have not been to the desert yet.
Oh, man, dude. Am I turning into that guy that's like complaining about balance problems and fucking Megabonk?
No, because you don't have to do it. I'm going to tell you right now, you don't have to do it, because in a week, Ball Pit's going to come out, and it's going to make you forget all about Megabonk, maybe. I haven't actually started playing the final version yet, but if that demo is any indicator, you're going to forget all about it.
One of the mini bosses on the desert level is so fucking broken, and it's called, I don't know if I even want to say the name of the boss.
Is it a meme?
Kind of. I'll let you look it up.
Okay.
It's ridiculous. Anyway.
Okay.
Whatever. Let's just move on.
Megabonk, $10. Out now. Catch it. I think that's going to do it for the games we are checking in on. I still have some other stuff in the hopper, as do I know all of you, like Ghost of Yotei and various other games that are by no means being ignored, just in the triage of games time. You know how it goes. We'll come back to them. But we will move on right now. We're going to go over to the news, but first we're going to take another quick break, and then we'll jump into it, so stick around. All right, we are back, and this is a bit of a, okay. We say this all the time. I'm not trying to be too cute by half or anything like that, but there are a lot of video games out there.
Yeah.
We have, I don't know, I'm trying to express this in a way that doesn't seem like I'm making shit up all the time, but during the course of doing this for a couple of decades, it does feel like it is harder and harder to keep up with the volume of games coming out.
Yeah.
Because of a lot of different factors, not the least of which is, personal life stuff and the amount of time I have to play games. But there are a wider array of games to keep up with in all sectors of the video game playing world now, right? Okay?
Yeah.
It has felt anecdotal. We have seen the news come out that people play the same 5 live service games forever. But Brad, there is now more analytics, let's say, about the state of games coming out, who's propping up the industry, and how gamers are spending their money.
Yep. Here with another data point from Matt Piscatella, he of Circana, the research firm formerly known as NPD. You may remember going back 25 years, citing NPD data all the time.
Yeah.
They're like kind of the industry's premier research firm. This actually came a few days after, I think I mentioned this on the podcast maybe last week or the week before, Jason Schreier had written an editorial on Bloomberg, and it's an editorial. It's an opinion piece.
Yeah.
The video game industry has a problem. There are too many games, in which I think this was incited by the kind of out of nowhere drop of Hollow Knight Silksong, and then the immediate out of nowhere, out of early access drop of Hades 2, like 2 weeks apart, and games delaying for those and XYZ. But in that piece, he cites some data. The stuff, there's a couple of asterisks on this, but he cites some like publicly available Steam data. There were 18,626 games released on Steam last year.
And that's on Steam.
That's just on Steam, but the biggest asterisk there is, dude, there's a lot of garbage on Steam.
Oh, yeah.
Like just about anybody can make some shovelware crypto mining scam game and put it up on there. Like that's including everything,
Yeah. Let's just say the moderation is a very light touch.
Right. So that number is a little bit inflated. I think I did if the napkin math I did, and I hope I had this right because I was not paying a lot of attention to what I was doing. I think that's like 50 games a day or something. Like
roughly.
It's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, in that Schreier piece, I think he goes on to try and do a little bit of not only quantifying the amount by saying it's like doubled since like 2020, right? Like that
Yeah,
amount.
in the last 5 years, it has effectively doubled.
Qualifying by saying for a lot of these, the reviews are not just like it's shovelware crap, right? Like it's a lot of people are enjoying these games.
Yeah, there are thousands of like big name games that are getting some audience. Like, yeah, there's a lot of games coming out. Anyway, mere days later, Matt Piscatella from Circana posted on Blue Sky, as he often does, some, they put out bigger bulk data releases that I think are by subscription only, but occasionally he'll go on there and tease some of the more interesting points. Video game purchasing frequency. Basically, this is just a survey that they ran seeing how often people buy games these days. These numbers are kind of insane to me. I mean, like, they're not when you think about the way the industry has gone with free to play and stuff, but still, just seeing them like starkly on paper like this, less than once a year buying a new game, 33%. Like, fully a third of people playing video games actively that they surveyed are not buying a new game at all in an entire 12-month span.
Which, again, some of this data is tough, but I believe it. Because if you're broadening it out, right, just to take a step back, and I don't want to like nitpick every data point here, but if you broaden out to you're still in this survey, even though you buy, fewer than 2 games a year or say, right? You're still in here. So many people would say they play video games, right? And how many free to play games, right? Are you playing that doesn't count as a purchase for a game? So I can believe that by 33% of people.
But then, so it's another 12% of people that only buy 1 new game a year.
Yeah.
So fully almost half of the people in the survey buy 1 game or less a year. It's another 18% once about every 6 months, another 22% about once every 3 months. So that's 40% of the people surveyed are only buying like 2 to 4 games a year. 10% buy a new game about once a month, 4% more than once a month. And like he goes on in the thread to point out that like, hey, it's that 4% that is really like propping up whatever is being propped up of the new games coming out right now.
I think he says, does he say the 4 and 10, right? The 14% are really
sure,
within
once
a month,
sure.
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, there's a couple of things that are interesting to me about this. Like, one, I think maybe one thing that is not necessarily being factored into this, though it kind of has to be, is that a lot of these consoles now allow you to play games that you have had for a very long time on previous platforms and things like that. So it's not actually as insane to me, the idea of buying a new console and then only buying one game or two games a year or something like that, because if you're on PS5, you're still playing probably a bunch of your PS4 library. You're probably playing a bunch of those old random classic games that just sort of pop in there from time to time. And, you know, the sort of person who is only investing in one or two games a year probably is holding on to their older games and replaying them and playing them a lot for years after the fact.
Yeah, and that's all fine. The contrast here is with the number of new games coming out.
Right.
Which
is an impossible thing to come up with. And that's the other side of this, is that the problem I think that is sort of touched on in the Schreier article, and is maybe, you know, it doesn't quite come to this conclusion, but the problem I think since this stuff has been ballooning has always been one of curation, right? There is nowhere to direct people generally to the things in that 18,000 that you might not have already heard about from other people. Those things just sort of float around, and then occasionally enough of them get critical consensus for people to notice them. But there's tons of that stuff that is just there either to grab people's attention because it looks or sounds like something they're already familiar with, or it's just something someone threw up there because it was their first game or their student game or something like that.
Yeah, like conversely, you know, amazing games are getting made all the time right now that are going completely unnoticed. You know?
Yeah.
Like this feels like one of those unstoppable force, immovable object things, right? Of like this many new games coming out can't keep coinciding with this many people drifting away from buying games.
But I do, okay. Again, I like data, and I love correlation of data and all that stuff. There's a lot missing here. Some of the stuff in the thread on the Blue Sky thread does clear up some things. I think they go into what group this was, and I think it was about 2,500 people that were 13 and older. So 13 doesn't have a lot of buying power for games. If you're including them in a survey, they don't have a lot of agency, but you're going to have a lot of 13-year-old people who say they play games, right? So that could be a percentage of this group. The other thing is, I don't know this for sure. I'd have to look at other data. It is possible, and I'm not saying this is true, but it is possible that 14% is as large as the 100% of people 15 years ago. The market has grown so much. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, look, there were always those casuals back then as well, but at the same time, the actual just number of people who touch video games, whether it's just because it's something on their phone or something they are able to free access on a PC or a browser or whatever else, is just massively larger than it was even 10 years ago.
But to the point of both... sorry.
10 to 15 years ago, people did not have the options for playing games without buying them. That they have now is the difference.
Yeah, and also the other thing is, alongside of that is the exponential growth of the number of releases coming out, right? So as the market has grown, as the number of people who say they play games has grown, so have exponentially grown the number of releases they can play. And yes, and to that point, the more free-to-play options that you can play, and the rise of live service, the forever game, right? Where you're just monetizing over time.
There are other axes that are also not discussed here. Cost of making games, relatively static cost of new games over the last 20 plus years, you know?
Totally. Like dev costs, team costs, asset cost, even console costs, PC costs, the rise of mobile, right? Like, and
there's also the streaming market. Like, there's a whole subset now of games that are basically designed to appeal to people to stream it in front of an audience. You know, like, that is a thing that was far less prevalent 10, 15 years ago.
But I do think the premise, the 20,000 foot view of this, that it is, and what I think is the point of both of these articles is breaking through. It has never been harder, right?
Getting noticed in a big way.
Getting noticed to make your money back has never been harder to crest a certain thing. But finding an audience and development and platform, those barriers are lower. Getting on Steam is lower, right? But breaking through the noise is harder. So I think it's really, I don't know which part of the market this even affects the most. I would venture a guess to say a new AAA franchise, but then a new AAA franchise from a big publisher might have marketing dollars behind it, so they can probably punch through some of that. Mid-tier we've talked about is kind of just gone, right? Like and then
even the middle tier has sort of like ballooned out into an upper middle tier and a lower middle tier, you know?
Yeah, and then so I don't know, you guys tell me what you think, but like is stuff like Megabonk the biggest ceiling on that, or sorry, the like no ceiling on that market, where it's like, hey, the development cost on this is probably not exceptionally high. If it catches with a certain segment of streamers or influencers, you can Vampire Survivors, Balatro, and Megabonk your way. I assume Megabonk is doing financially pretty well.
Yeah, it's sold. It's sold in the at least over 1 million at this point. Yeah,
like is that the place where are you going to see Microsoft, I would say EA, but I'm running out of big publishers, cramming a room together of like indie devs, like basically being like, make me the next one of these. You have $100, like make me the next
10,000 chimps working at 10,000 workstations to make the next great indie game.
90% of these are going to fail and be garbage, but the 10% are going to make up all the difference.
Yeah, I mean, look, the problem is you can't predict a Balatro. You can't predict a Vampire Survivors. You can kind of predict a Megabonk, but because you are specifically chasing a thing that someone else was specifically made successful. But you can't predict those things. Like, what is going to get word of mouth? What is going to fucking hook an audience? What is suddenly going to become the next big viral game, quote unquote? Like, that is not a thing you can plan for. You can try for it, but you can't guarantee it. There literally is no guarantee it, other than making a game that is so out there, or at least so interesting to a subset of people that they will not stop fucking talking about it.
It's really interesting. Would love to see more of this kind of research going. I have a lot of questions around the data. You know, like that 14%. I think in somewhere in the thread too on Blue Sky where Matt posted some of this data. He goes on to say, yes, indeed, the amount of money that 14% is generating is more than the rest, right? Because you can see a 4%, the people who buy multiple games within a month, maybe they're buying $2 or $3 games, right? And that's not the same as somebody dropping $120 every 6 months on a collector's edition of a game, right? Like maybe you could see that being even if you don't have all the data. But I think he goes on to say, no, like we have the money they're spending. It is them. They are the ones who are buying the most. And that's probably always been the case. But it is interesting to see. It is undeniable, no matter which data set you're looking at or which conclusions you're looking at, something is going on with quote unquote big gaming. You know, like something's
rumbling.
It feels like something is going to give.
Yeah, the ground is moving.
The giving is happening right now. I'm telling you.
The consolidation of studios that has been happening over the last 10 years, gobbling up of places, the big bets not paying off. It's a really wild time for the industry. I don't know how it shakes out in the end in terms of what kind of money gets put into big game development in the end, and what gets and you know what happens with smaller development.
I'm telling you right now, the Western game industry is not going to look the same, even as it is right now in like 5 years. Like, just if this is the rate at which things are tumbling and things continue along this path, it will just be shaped into something completely different than what we are used to. It already is trending in that
I was just going to say, I think it is almost unrecognizable now. Like,
there's just enough old monoliths of the industry still kind of hanging on. And I mean, again, the Japanese, publisher scene, maybe Square Enix accepted, like it seems pretty stable these days. But like when it comes to Western publishers and especially US companies, I feel like things have never been less stable for this industry, not since the days of the actual video game bubble burst back in the day.
I would probably broaden out. I agree with you. And I would probably say the end of this console cycle will look very different than the beginning of this console cycle. Like that's my window at this point for.
Yeah. And we'll know in a year or two, just how far we've fallen down when they have to start hyping up what that next cycle is. Like, what are they going to be promoting?
Yeah. Brad, do you think this kind of data I mean, it must be known to like the publishers and Microsoft and Sony. They're paying for this early on, I assume, or maybe they're checking out this. Do you think this affects in meaningful ways what their next console plans are?
Yeah, that's a big question. I don't know.
It is a huge question. Like,
I don't know.
Like, you know, when the always online console came out and, you know, took a railing for Microsoft, it seems like such a given at this point. Like having a console that can play something offline almost seems like a pipe dream at this point.
Yeah. But also, don't forget, their whole thing was not just that it was always online, but it was the whole, like, you know, you can't play used games thing. Like, there were a lot of things that they pitched with that one console that really screwed them long term.
And it was the flippant nature of it, of like, we've got a console for you.
It's called the Xbox 360.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I think like the consoles that already have a good foothold in the market will probably just stay the course, the Switch and PlayStation.
Yeah, I don't think the PlayStation business plan changes that much from here to the next one.
Yeah, because the platform holder makes money whether they're selling games a la carte or whether they're selling V-Bucks in Fortnite.
Yeah.
Right? Like they're taking a cut of everything, so they're trying, you know, they're earning money off of every transaction on their platform. So like, I don't know that anything fundamentally changes about the way they're doing things. Like Microsoft's problems are its own. And not
that's
necessarily,
true.
You know, like they've got their own problem with building and maintaining install base, and like that's separate from this specific issue. So any changes they make are more specific to their situation.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Microsoft kind of has its own unique set of problems, which we can just transition right into.
Let's do it.
Speaking of Microsoft, we talked last week about their Game Pass shuffle here.
Mm-hmm.
They were raising the prices on pretty significantly on tiers of the Game Pass, reorganizing some things, changing some of the tiers around. More information has come out on that, including some of the discounts. Brad Shoemaker, what are they doing for specifically the discounted stuff on the Game Pass tier?
Yeah, I don't know if did they advertise this? We definitely didn't talk about this last week. If it was in the fine print on the changes last week, we didn't see it because the bigger stuff was getting talked about, but they are ending the discount on DLC that you used to get with Game Pass.
I only saw this after the fact, like a day or two later. I saw starting to go around.
Yes, I also saw that after some time after this announcement had come out. Like you used to get, I think it was 10% off of DLC if you had Game Pass.
I think that's right for the Ultimate subscriber.
Yeah, that is no longer the case. Now they are doubling down on giving you Microsoft rewards points instead. Although my understanding, and I could not find like hard information about this, is that there have been a bunch of changes to the rewards program in the recent months that have also made that less attractive to engage with.
So like, you know, this is pretty typical now. I think, I don't even think this is an hyper cynical view. They want to keep you in their ecosystem, right? They just don't want to give you the discount on the money. They want to keep you circulating with fake Microsoft bucks. Yeah.
I mean, that was the whole reason they had Microsoft points back in the day to begin with, was to just lock you in to their financial system and be like, no, you've got these points. You got to use these points here.
Yeah, it was also to obfuscate the cost of things. Remember the 80 points to $1 conversion?
Yeah, I do. Yes. So yeah, that's I mean that what a hard turn on that Game Pass stuff.
In a very short time.
It, like overnight. I mean, I feel like everybody knew that train was going to hit the end of the tracks at some point. And boy, did it just kind of suddenly derail.
That was like the fucking first 15 minutes of The Fugitive, man. Like that was a straight up train crash.
Brad, there's also a bit of news here for countries that maybe have different protections for people who have existing subscriptions.
That's not confirmed here, but Video Games Chronicle did some legwork on Reddit, collecting a bunch of user feedback from people in a bunch of different territories who have been getting an email saying, hey, as long as you don't unsub from Ultimate, you will keep the old price. They found people from as many countries as Poland, Germany, Indonesia, Austria, India, and Ireland, who have all gotten this email from Microsoft effectively saying exactly what I just said. Like if they keep their Ultimate sub, they will keep the original price, but if they unsub and come back, they will pay the new price.
And this is because of regulations, right?
Well, that's
we don't
speculation.
Know that. That's some speculation. We don't know for sure, but that's given the specific distribution of countries that are doing this, that may be the case.
I mean, look, it would make sense if you sign up for something and then the price gets changed later on. That I could imagine some countries having rules.
That is an absolute classic opportunity for consumer protection if that is in place in those territories. But I guess we don't know unless somebody goes and looks up all the laws.
Look, I am curious. We have seen a lot of furor and anecdotal stuff of people canceling their subscriptions. I am curious if you listeners out there, if you have canceled your subscription or you're sticking around, if you want to send an email or something, I'm just curious what the actual vibe is. If you informal polling here of our audience of keeping it or not, or if you're on multiple consoles, maybe you're switching over to PlayStation Plus or something like that. I'm curious to see if those markets are shifting in any way, shape, or form. Aside from, sometimes you just hear the loudest contingent of people out there being like, "Hell no, I'm unsubbing." All right, moving from and to more speculation and rumor here. Brad Shoemaker, Red Dead Redemption 2, one of your favorite games.
Yeah, this is for me. I threw this in here for me. Or maybe Alex. I guess he still likes that game.
Oh, look, I like that game.
Yeah, I did too.
Dislike that game.
Wait, I thought you were very anti. I can't remember that was a contentious game of the year.
No, Dan was the one who really didn't like it.
I know. I remember who really hated it, but I thought.
No, I was just there to broker the peace, I think.
And then Dan came around on it, I think.
Did he?
I didn't.
More so.
I don't think I loved it, but game of the year. Who can?
Oh no, wait. I'm thinking of Death Stranding. He came around on
Death
Stranding.
Stranding. Death Stranding is the one that he absolutely fucking despised, and then eventually was like, "Oh, you know what? Actually, I love this game."
Yep.
And hey, I get it. Nate the Hate, very frequent, relatively respected leaker of video game information, who has gotten quite a few things right in the past.
We've had Nate. We've had word of Nate on the show. I almost said we had Nate on the show.
Yes, we know of this man.
Yeah.
So somebody asked him on Twitter, "Are you absolutely certain with full confidence that Red Dead Redemption 2 Switch 2 Series X PS5 updates exist?" Yes, they exist. I have no update on timing for release.
There you go.
Like, I had written those off completely. I'd really love it if those still came out someday. Seems like that might actually happen.
I think if the online for that game had probably been more successful, they would have done that way faster.
Yep. Maybe it'll still happen. I really hope so.
Yeah.
I would like to kick back on the couch with a video game console to play games.
I would totally love to check that game out again someday when I have infinite time.
Yep, same. I also would like to replay that game. Did you see that interview with Dan Houser going around recently where he said flat out that Red Dead 2 is the best game he ever worked on?
I agree with him.
Yeah, I super also agree, but it's always kind of interesting to see, considering that, like GTA built that studio and GTA is the runaway success of that studio, of Take-Two, of the industry in some ways.
It's a much more mature game.
Yeah, totally.
It is. Like, it's not a perfect script by any stretch, but it is by far the most thoughtful thing that a Houser brother ever put into the world. Straight up. There is just a lot more going on under the hood there, in terms of the story they are trying to tell and the environment they're trying to tell it in.
Yeah, by a huge margin, I would say. Anyway, I hope this happens.
Yeah. Your next gen Red Dead. Your current gen Red Dead.
Yep. Maybe it'll get ported to the PS6. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right.
At this point.
Why wouldn't you?
All right. Then we have Nintendo being mysterious again with their what's the name of their app where they put these videos?
Today.
What is it? Nintendo Today?
Yep.
Released the video first, an incomprehensible video, and then
they've been putting out this series of animated teasers called Close to You, that the first one was kind of indeterminate. Like, what is this? It's a baby in a room. Then they put out a new version of it that has Pikmin in it.
It's a baby in a room with stuff moving around magically.
Yeah. But now they have revealed that it's actually Pikmin moving the stuff around. Are they making a Pikmin movie? That's the question. What else would this be?
I think they have to be doing something like that.
So, okay, I don't really pay that much attention to Nintendo in the mobile space, but do they have an AR Pikmin thing?
I don't think they have. I don't think they've ever done a Pikmin mobile anything.
Maybe
Not
they're
that
doing.
I can recall.
Maybe they're doing an AR Pikmin thing.
Wait, Pikmin Bloom?
That's the one.
God, that's right. That came out. Yes, that came out like early in the pandemic.
And so is it an AR Pikmin thing?
I believe that's the case. Yeah, I completely forgot this exists. I'm not sure if it is. Yeah, I think it is AR, actually. Yes. I vaguely remember this coming out. This is extremely not our wheelhouse, but.
So this was kind of in the, point your phone at something and you'll see a Pikmin there?
Yes.
Maybe that's what this is.
But, well, I mean, that's been out for 4 years at this point, though.
Bloom 2. I don't know. Like,
I mean, this is CG animated, and they have a long-term deal with Illumination to make more movies. And that Mario movie made $1 bajillion. And frankly, I could see Pikmin like potentially doing better as a children's animated franchise than as a video game series. Like you could see a Pikmin movie doing really well if they did it right.
Yeah, I just think. Yes, I agree. Maybe I don't know. It doesn't feel like it to me for some reason. Like the kid should be able to see the Pikmin if that were the case. Like more of a hook, not these ghost Pikmin in there.
This teaser series may not be done. Like they're kind of rolling these videos out in phases, it seems like.
Because here's the thing. Pikmin aren't going to talk, right? Are we going to, or are we not going with
Chris Pratt?
Are they
Pikmin?
Like, are we going to have an Olimar? Are we going to have
Chris Pratt as Olimar?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's right. Chris Pratt as Olimar. I forget the.
And he's also playing the baby. Weirdly enough.
Pedro Pascal as the other. I forget the other astronauts.
No, it's also Chris Pratt. He's kind of a Norbit situation.
It's Pedro Pascal as Chris Pratt as Olimar. Yeah.
Now we're really fucking this up.
Yeah, I don't know this. I mean, I don't know what else this would be. Like nicely CG animated thing.
It feels too much of that for it to just be cutscenes from a new Pikmin game. You know what I mean?
And also, like, I feel like the Pikmin franchise has not really been setting the world on fire.
But it's a favorite, isn't it? Isn't it a Miyamoto favorite?
Yeah, but not like, but like sales wise.
Oh, he's going to retire soon anyway. So like they'll stop humoring him with that once he's, off tending his garden.
Like I feel like the roller coaster is still on the up ramp for Nintendo movies.
Yeah,
I feel like we are still drafting in the wake of that first Mario movie enough that it feels like they would be spinning up more projects.
I would say this: I would not bet against this being a movie. Like I think all the points you make are completely valid.
It also could end up being like a Netflix original or something, and not like a theatrical film.
Yeah, in fact, that maybe even would make more sense.
But yeah, the big thing here is that I took away from this is like, oh, can you not see Pikmin? Is that canonical? Like,
I don't remember not being able to see them.
Like, can humans not see Pikmin? Are they like Smurfs?
Is it like the Maitlands? Only the strange and unusual will see the Pikmin?
Right, yeah. I don't think I realized that part of Pikmin lore. I
don't think I did either.
Invisible unless you're an astronaut from another planet or
ask me what I know about the Pikmin lore.
I mean, I assume all the Pikmin games take place on Earth from all the stuff you find, but I didn't realize that they were invisible there. Who knew? It raises a lot of questions. Finally, last story here. Here, sound off about your Pikmin lore. Last one here, Brad.
Yeah, I put this in here for you.
Okay, great.
Noted K-pop Demon Hunters fan.
That's me.
Mm-hmm.
They're in Fortnite now.
Of course they're in Fortnite now. The K-pop Demon Hunters are in Fortnite, but...
Yeah, so I think there's an even more, of course, they're in Fortnite than you think here, but first of all, are you going to play Fortnite now?
I mean, I like K-pop Demon Hunters. No.
Is this going to be your Star Wars?
I didn't get in there for Optimus Prime. I don't think I'm getting in there for K-pop team. Now, if they had put the boy band in there, maybe.
Maybe they're in there.
Maybe they're in there.
Maybe I should go to the Fortnite shop and see. That movie got played in this house in the last 2 weeks, finally.
But you didn't watch it?
I was not around for most of it.
Okay. It's fun. It's a fun movie.
I think they might be in here.
The boy band?
Actually, I don't know. Maybe I'm not quite sure what they look like.
They look like a boy band. I heard there's a Baymax from Big Hero 6 in this. I was in this article.
Is that important to you?
I like Baymax.
Okay.
Baymax.
I don't think I've ever heard you. No, it's I've. Hey,
Jeez,
me and Baymax
wow.
are straight. All right, we're good.
Wow,
we're good.
wow.
I'm just saying. I don't think I've ever heard you talk about it before. That's all.
Anyway,
it's a sad movie.
the thing I was going to say though about the K-pop Demon Hunter stuff being in Fortnite is that it's still hard to nail this information down, but it seems like that entire movie might have been made in the Unreal Engine.
Oh,
like that's kind of been floating around.
Okay.
Is it the entire movie, or were they just doing like previs work?
No, because I watched an interview with the cinematographer of that film who stops just short of coming out and saying they made the entire thing in the Unreal Engine, but the entire interview was about them using Unreal Engine.
Interesting.
Like talking about, he literally says like Sony Pictures needed a guinea pig to establish a workflow for UE and animation, and that this was that movie. Like he says everything but that they did the final render in UE. But they may very well have. Like, that's kind of the implication of the interview.
So are you trying to imply here that we're not getting K-pop Demon Hunters in Fortnite, that they were always in Fortnite, really?
Kind of.
And they just rendered it better?
And like, I don't know what the technical aspects are of bringing film assets over into the game, but I'm sure that gets a lot easier when you're already doing your animation work in the engine.
If you're in some kind of ecosystem already?
Yeah, I think that was a video interview with Collider that he did. I forget. I don't know cinematographer's name, but it shouldn't be that hard to find.
That's funny.
This is like if you did the McDonald's deal, but the fucking movie you made was made out of the hamburgers originally.
Hell yeah. Which sounds okay to me.
So you're buying the Happy Meal hamburger that is also the stuff that made the movie.
Do you know Batman 2 is filmed entirely with hamburgers and Big Macs?
Yeah. Actually, I think that was Batman and Robin, and it shows.
The grimace is in it.
Yeah. No, I grimaced.
All right. It does seem like this is just the hunters, the K-pop hunters, and not the.
Yeah, that might be the case.
Not
like the technical side of me thinks it's like amazing, the idea of taking film assets straight out of a film you made in the engine and just dumping them into a game using the same engine.
Right. Yes. Right. The amazing side, which I would almost certainly think is not the case, is that there's just a one-to-one pipeline, right? You just hit export, and then suddenly your asset is holding a gun and running around like you apply skeletal rig. I think we talked to Will about this once, right? Like, didn't he say something like he assumes that maybe there are like 3 different skeletal rigs for the different size characters, and they kind of map them for all the dances and stuff?
Yeah, that's probably true.
So yeah, you just export character, apply the rig. I know it's
profit.
I assume that's how it goes. Maybe somebody could be like, you're pretty close actually. Games in the Fortnite engine.
Obviously, the maybe more unnerving part of that is the digital merchandising pipeline gets that much shorter.
Yeah. Yes. Like you can turn it on day one. Those assets are made.
Like everything is just going to get sold to you 5 different ways.
Okay. If I know this is not how it works, but here's what is more interesting to me. If they could do it, if Brad, what you're saying is a big F. If you're saying that this is done and mostly in the Unreal Engine and in this Fortnite ecosystem, and maybe they did an extra render path somewhere, right? A lot of extra work, but what you're saying, the bones of it are there, right? What if you could take your Fortnite highlights, go the other way, and do camera angles and do that render pass on recorded Fortnite in-game play footage to have it look like the cinematic presentation of this engine, right?
They'll call it machinima.
No, it'll never take. Nobody will ever do it. That's what I want to see. Build me a giant data center in the middle of the country that could render my Fortnite clips in 4K, high res, and you know what? Just make it so I win every time. Can you get an AI voice that can do the call out bloody scrotum 77 got the win, and I want her to I want her to say it.
Why is that the username? Let's just move on.
It's a lot of projecting happening here. We can do that for you, Vinny. We will have to poison a small village to do it, though.
It's fine. How many? That's
all
fine.
Right.
We haven't.
It's only 150 people. It's fine. Yeah. You can just kill them. It's no big deal.
That's a very small village. They're gonna love it. Give them V-Bucks.
Yeah.
Just give them enough V-Bucks. All right. That's going to do it for the news. Again, reaching out to the audience here. We got a lot of great emails, some from people who always blow my mind that are in places of knowledge and power and access. I love getting those emails. We read them. We don't always read them on the air because sometimes they're very technical or sometimes they would expose some things that we don't feel comfortable exposing. But if you know about this stuff, we'd love to read it. You can send it in to us. We won't necessarily read it on the air, but love hearing from people in our community that are more knowledgeable about these things.
It will be absorbed at the very least.
Yeah, love it. All right, that's going to do it for the news. Let's head over into the emails. Podcast@nextlander.com, podcast@nextlander.com, podcast@nextlander.com. Brad Shoemaker, what's in the email bag this week?
Email from Jacob entitled "David Lynch's House is for Sale."
Yes, not anymore. Bought it.
Oh
no, just kidding.
As of I didn't. You had $15 million by that.
Look, I've been saving up for this basement quite a bit.
You know, like for all the talk about how commercially not successful David Lynch's stuff was, his house is being sold for $15 million.
Maybe he bought it cheap.
So he's got if you looked at it,
no,
should look at it.
Great house. It's also the house from Lost Highway.
Wait, like quite literally?
Yes,
like
or at least the
exteriors
are the house from Lost Highway.
Huh. He's got an entire audio mixing studio in there.
Yep.
Of course.
Look at that.
I believe that's where the drum kit I thought for a hot second about bidding on was being stored, if I remember correctly.
I'm trying to look it up.
I put the link in Slack.
Okay, look at this. This
the
sounds
email,
like yeah.
Sorry, the email says folks in the sound community have been talking about this since he has an entire sound mixing stage on the property. Someone who worked with Alan Splett, David Lynch's close longtime sound person, said that Splett's assistant told him that Splett's ashes are mixed into the concrete of the mix stage floor.
Oh, Jesus.
That sounds like something he'd do.
It really does.
Okay, first of all, the listing I saw for this lists it as a compound.
It is kind of a compound.
It's got kind of the look of a compound.
But some of the pictures I'm seeing here, I'm sorry, Brad, I don't know if this is the same link you just sent, but the kitchen looks actually kind of small.
Yeah, it's the one he cooked that quinoa in.
Is it this? Sorry, I don't know what color this is. Like okra,
Did he put that on social media or something, or was that?
Yeah, we watched
that
that during the David Lynch videos thing we did.
It was very grainy and at nighttime, and he smokes a lot. But yeah, that kitchen looks like it could be out of anything, maybe except for the built-in fridge, which is probably more than my entire kitchen.
Could that be like a second kitchen?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, this is a 10-bedroom, 11-bath house.
Jeez, it's more.
Listen, he may not have been the most financially successful director in the world, but he got to keep making movies for like 30 to 40 years. You know, like at a certain point, if you have that level of success, you are probably accumulating some wealth, which is not to say anything about all the transcendental meditation stuff and other, various ventures he was a part of.
That is fair. It does appear to be in the Hollywood Hills looking at Google Maps.
Yep.
That dude loved Los Angeles.
House.
Like that dude loved Los Angeles, right?
Yep.
There's a thing here. It says, okay, two interesting things I thought about this listing here.
Okay.
Anchoring the estate is the Beverly Johnson House, designed in 1963 by Lloyd Wright.
Frank Lloyd Wright?
Son of Frank Lloyd Wright.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Frank Lloyd Wright's son is named Lloyd Wright?
Yeah, Lloyd Frank Wright.
No, Frank Lloyd Wright. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
Yes.
Don't do that. No,
yes, he's the Wario to Frank Lloyd Wright's Mario.
That's kind of amazing. Anyway, does this house have anything to do with Lloyd Wright or Frank Lloyd Wright?
I don't think so.
Okay, just neighboring.
I think it's like a mid-century modern, but very modern of the time, with probably a lot of customization done to it.
Yeah, you at home, I'm sure, can Google this up pretty easily. It is
the listing's been going around for a while now.
What is it? 7017 Sonalda Road, Los Angeles.
Oh, this says Lynch commissioned Eric Lloyd Wright in 1991 to design a
Lloyd Wrights
pool.
Are there?
I don't know. And Pool House. I don't know if Eric Lloyd Wright is
It's a whole franchise.
I don't know the rights. Maybe that's the same Lloyd Wright that was.
Does that mean his name is Lloyd Wright?
Look, I need to do more research here. Maybe the other article got it wrong and they just missed the Eric in the Lloyd Wright.
Oh man, he's got an elevator in this place.
Of course. How are you going to get to all those bathrooms?
I mean this sincerely. If I were a rich person, which I am not, I absolutely would have said, nope, I'm going to live in David Lynch's house. That is a thing I absolutely would have thrown as much money as I possibly could have to make happen.
I think that would be weird for me to live in the house of somebody I admired.
I'm with you. Like, I think if I were this rich, or at least had enough money to buy this house and then pay the taxes on it, I would rather build my own compound somewhere because otherwise that place is just going to be David Lynch's house, forever.
Yeah, that's fine. I will live in the fucking discarded shell of David Lynch. I will take up residence inside his shell.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, they estimate the house payment at only about $93,000 a month.
A month?
Yep.
All right. So what do we got to do to juice the Patreon?
A month. Wait,
a month.
A month.
Is that is that they're averaging a 30-year mortgage? Or
that's just
it's a $15 million home, Vinny.
That's just what the Zillow's algorithm is spitting out. I don't know what factors they're basing that on.
Yeah, but then you got to deal with people coming by and being like, I want to visit the house, and like I love David Lynch and all that stuff. I like. Don't get me wrong. I think it's very cool. I think I deal with ghosts.
One of the tags on this listing is bold geometry.
Yeah. There's a fair amount of that going on here.
Yeah. Cool looking house. It's also not the style of house I actually like. It is bold and geometric, but very modern.
You don't like geometry.
Hate it.
All right.
Hate it. All right. Wait, was there a question in there?
No.
No, basically it's like, hey, do you want to buy David Lynch's house? Yes, I do. That's the question.
Yep, got it. Another email?
Here's an email from Maya. This is following Alex playing the new Kirby Air Riders
and
expressing some bafflement at the existence of the new Kirby Air Riders.
Mm-hmm.
Maya says, I regret to inform you that the Kirby Air Rider mania is an age thing. I myself was 7 years old in 2003. I didn't play Kirby Air Ride at that exact time, but I was still a child when we got it, and let me tell you, Kirby Air Ride was an absolute banger if you were a child who wanted a multiplayer game and couldn't have Smash Melee because it was rated T.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
So I will just say my expressing before was not a bafflement that anyone would have liked Air Riders. It's more that it didn't come up more because that was a GameCube game, and the GameCube was right smack dab in the era when I started working in video games professionally and heard a lot about, let's just say, the GameCube library.
Yeah. I mean, Maya finishes the email by saying, there's one simple reason the love for Kirby Air Ride feels out of nowhere to you guys. You were too old to have a childhood GameCube. And people who had childhood GameCubes are adults now. I turned 30 next year.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So,
and you still carry it with that little handle around everywhere you go, right?
they put a handle on it.
Yeah.
You're supposed to carry it around.
I'll say it again. Maybe some of the best industrial design any console ever got.
Yeah.
Definitely the most whimsical or up there.
Those little discs are cute.
I'm not saying it didn't have some trade-offs with the actual power of the console, but from a pure just look at that object perspective, it's so fucking cute.
Oh, it was pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Like on the stack ranking of GameSpot reviewer console power, meaning like when you reviewed all three versions of a thing, GameCube was always in the middle for me.
In terms of graphics, yeah, but remember there were some trade-offs that came from having that smaller media versus the other.
Yeah, occasionally
discs.
You'd have like worse quality video or something, but like best graphics to worst was almost always Xbox, then GameCube, then PS2.
Yeah. Though sometimes PS2 stuff looked a lot sharper than GameCube stuff did.
PS2 had a weird architecture. You could extract way more performance out of the PS2 that not every developer managed to do.
You know, one of those things where the Sony people maybe had a little bit of an advantage there.
Yep.
One more?
Yeah.
Sure.
One more.
This email threw me for a loop.
Okay.
This is from Tim.
Hi, Tim.
I'm drinking my morning coffee and watching Grub and Mike over at Giant Bomb play Kirby's Dream Course, and it caused me, as I frequently do, To think of the time on the Bombcast when Brad posited what a chair made of Kirby would feel like. I think of this more often than is reasonable. It's an absolutely unhinged question that has permanently lodged itself in my brain space for nearly the last decade. In fact, I often use it as an icebreaker when meeting new people, because if they can't handle how weird and kind of dark it is, then we're probably not going to get along.
Sure.
Signed, Tim, whose wife is on a work trip and needed to tell someone about the craft of Kirby upholstery. I have no memory of saying this.
But it sounds like something that would just be randomly said during a podcast or a stream, right?
A chair made of Kirby.
Well, let me ask you this, Brad, since you said it, I know you don't remember it, but do you believe, if we were to think about this and get this stuck in other people's heads, is it Kirby? Are you sitting on a Kirby, or like you said, are you sitting out of a chair upholstered in Kirby's skin?
That's a big difference.
I'm guessing it's like Kirby in chair form. It's like it's a whole and complete anatomical Kirby.
And what do you
think
taking
the form of a chair? I bet it's pretty squishy.
Squishy, like a marshmallow?
Yeah, but like
a little rubbery, right?
You sink all the way down in there, or is there like a firm support underneath the squish?
You know what I think it's like? Yeah. You ever just sit on a trampoline?
No, yeah, I guess.
So you know how it just sort of like, it kind of has a give, it kind of sinks a little bit, but then there's a little bounce to it on top of that. I'm not talking like a big bounce off of it. I'm just saying like you just sit down when you're on the trampoline.
Yeah.
It kind of sinks a little bit. I think that's about the consistency we're looking at.
I was thinking like those balls full of gel, you know, like that you squeeze, like almost like a stress ball, and they like, well,
yeah, I don't think he's squishy.
Too much?
I don't think he's squishy.
Wow.
I think he's rubbery.
You have a much firmer sense of Kirby than I do.
Well, the other thing that we're not really considering here is the fact that it would be impossible to upholster a chair with the flesh of Kirby, because Kirby, as we all know, is invulnerable and immortal.
He is a god.
Is there a skeleton in there? Like when he's a chair?
Only you'll ever see.
Is there a chair-shaped skeleton in there?
I always imagine Kirby has like a bag of holding style other pocket dimension inside of him. Like
it's like an endless permanent void that he can reach into in any way.
Yeah, like almost like a through a black hole kind of thing. Like like once you get sucked in there, you get deatomized, but he can spit you back out, right? As a star.
Now I'm trying to envision the X-ray of like if an easy chair was alive, what would its skeleton look like?
Oh, you don't want to know. That's like those shy guy X-rays, right?
Like let's dissect Cherry.
Yeah, like does Cherry?
No, Pee-wee.
Does Cherry have a skeleton? Where do the bones go? Like there's probably some kind of collarbone or something at the top, right?
Only Paul Rubens knows, and he took it to his grave.
I mean, Cherry's got teeth, right?
Yeah, so that implies bone.
There's got to be a jawbone.
Yeah, teeth got to go into something. Do either of you guys have like a easy chair?
No, no room for that here.
Yeah.
I kind of want one, but we're not really set up for it.
I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I probably would maybe get one if I had a bigger living room.
You would?
Yeah.
Would it have a cup holder in it?
Not in the chair.
Okay. Would it recline?
Yes, 100%.
Would it be?
What is the point of an easy chair?
Yeah. Right. So does an easy chair kind of have to recline?
I don't know if it has to, but I would not get one without it.
I have this like fantasy memory. My fantasy of fucking an easy chair. No, I have this like fantasy of like, it's not a fantasy. It's this like want to be in an easy chair with like a book like on my chest kind of thing and like a drink next to me and taking a nap. You know, that just seems so comfortable to be in a big fluffy chair, having fallen asleep reading a book. And I'm not sure why, but like I don't have that place necessarily in my house, right? Where it's like, I can't tell sometimes if that's the want for this big chair or the want for the amount of time where I was sitting reading a book and fell asleep and like dozed off with a nap. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I know what you mean.
It's like maybe two different things. But I don't think I have sat in an easy chair.
We've kind of moved past it as a society,
decades.
I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you can buy them, right?
Yeah, no, they sell them. It's just that, you know, they're maybe not the way most people go these days when decorating their house.
They probably have like those massager things in them, like the ones at the airport or whatever.
Or maybe a recliner is a better word for what I'm talking about.
You want the thing where you like lean back and the footstool pops out.
Yeah. I guess recliner is a better term for that.
You want a chair that would be affectionately referred to in your household as dad's chair.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Right. My dad had one of those at all times growing up, and by God, I want the same thing.
My dad also had one. Later on, my mom got one too. So
same.
Yeah.
My dad did not. My grandfather most definitely did.
Yeah. Yes. And you pop that thing back. I guess it needs some room, right? Because it has to recline back.
Yeah, a little bit. Like the rest of the family got the couch, but Dad had his chair.
Yep.
Right. And you know what my wife said? Because I've had this discussion with her for as long as I've known her, or at least since we're talking about having a family. And she said, there is no world where you have your own chair, where you have your own chair. At some point, I think I came up in the same conversation with, there is no world where you have your own dad snacks that the kids and the rest of the family are not allowed to eat.
Yeah.
And I was like, fair enough.
That's why you got to smuggle them into the house.
don't eat
Secret
these.
stash.
I definitely got in trouble growing up because the kids my dad would go look for his snack, and the kids had eaten dad's snacks, had gotten into like his set aside Oreos, and I thought it was such a shit thing at the time. And now I think I have a little more sympathy for like, man, guy's working overtime at the post office, just wants to come home and have some goddamn fucking Oreos. And the kids opens that package and there's just crumbs in there.
Yep.
Well, you gotta hide 'em.
Sure. I could see where some of that aggravation came from, you know, like, I guess I get it. Just buy more Oreos next time, I guess.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
It's the answer, really.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for the emails, everybody.
Yep.
If you have Lazy Boy probably still around, right? That's probably still a brand.
Surely.
Lazy Boy.
Surely
venture capital hasn't ruined that yet.
It's probably owned by like a chemical Dow or like some chemical company or something.
Yeah, they're still going.
Okay. If you scroll down to the bottom of their page, are they like a subsidiary of
No, I think they have a subsidiary.
Oh. Sealy?
England Furniture Incorporated.
Oh.
They appear to be wholly owned still.
Good. Keep it that way.
I mean, they're public. They're a public company, but they're not a part of a bigger company as far as I can see.
So you're telling me Lazy Boy has made it to 2025 and they have not gotten into the podcast advertising market? Because I've listened to a decent amount of podcasts. I have never heard a podcast ad for...
Podcasting is a couch-based industry.
They made almost $2 billion in 2021.
It is a couch and office chair-based exclusively industry.
They seem to be doing pretty well making chairs.
Like...
They're almost 100 years old.
I would have actually thought they were longer. How often, like, what is that consumer cycle like, though? Because, like, how much are you going through Lazy Boys? You probably buy one and that's it, right?
Well, for at least, like, optimally, like, at least, like, 20 years, I would think.
Wow, a shoemaker was one of the founders of Lazy Boy?
Oh, shit, Brad. Oh, shit. Do you own Lazy Boy?
Am I in somebody's will?
Are you a scion of the Lazy Boy fortune?
Could I maybe be in some long-lost relative's will?
Oh, my gosh. That would... We'll have to find out. Tune in next time for the continuing saga.
Prince and the Pauper, but for the Lazy Boy money.
Look, finally, we have the means to buy David Lynch's house.
David Lynch would appreciate his house being bought with Lazy Boy money. I think he would think that was great.
It's like, isn't it like L-A-Z Boy or something?
It's like L-A-Y-Z.
No, it is L-A-Z-Boy.
I thought it was Lazy Boy.
Like Lazy Boy, Labubu, Balubus.
Right.
What was that stupid game?
What would a chair made of Labubu feel like?
Oh,
wasted money.
It would feel like 10 minutes ago. Are Labubu still a thing?
Oh, yes.
Kind of.
Okay. I still have not seen a Labubu in person.
You don't need to.
Oh, no. I saw pictures. It was a picture. Anyway. That's going to do it for the podcast. We got a bunch of stuff going on, not the least of which is our spooky Watchcast series.
Oh, yeah.
With Invasion of the Body Snatchers up now on the Patreon. Alex, what can the folks look forward to this month?
Yes, the 1978 version of Body Snatchers is up now. If you're in the $10 and up tiers, it will be up for everyone next week as per our usual schedule. Coming up next week, we have Final Destination, the original, the 2000 movie. And then following that, we will have Hereditary. And we will have the wild card pick voted by several of you, the patrons, When Evil Lurks.
A real messy up towards the end of the month.
We're kind of building to something, I feel like, is how I would explain the escalation of what we're doing here.
Yeah, I get the sense from the Discord that Hereditary is nothing to mess with.
Nope.
I think we're in for some real you can't unsee it movies.
For some reason, I need that right now, honestly.
Okay.
Like, this feels like the wheelhouse of what I want to be watching right now. Give me the most fucking harrowing, upsetting shit you can that isn't just blood and guts.
Sure. Just block out all the rest of it, all the rest of the world, and just stick this horrible nightmare in it.
Yep.
I'm really curious to see how the conversation for that last one goes.
That's happening over on the Patreon. That is the Watchcast. We've got, of course, the Ramblecast. We've got a Planorama up. We have last month's Never Been a Better Podcast, which is a real fun one in which we explore. Is it fair to say woo-woo shit? Is that the official term?
That's my way of describing it. Crystal bullshit.
And that was a real fun one with Austin and Bacalar. You can go check that out. All happening over on patreon.com/Nextlander, where you can find a tier that is right for you. Support us. We appreciate it. A lot of tiers there, a lot of content that you unlock by joining in those tiers, and that is where we get the majority of our support. There is one tier there, though, that gets their names read on this here show. Alex Navarro, could you please do the honor of reading our mysterious benefactors for this week?
And I just want to very quickly, before I say this, I just want to remind everyone, you don't have to pick one tier that's right for you. You can technically pick all 4 tiers. There's actually no law against that.
No, not still free country as far as I know.
Yeah, you got to pay for it, but you can still do it. Now, that said, if you want one tier and it's the Mysterious Benefactors tier, you would be on this list. And that list this week is Sean Miller, Sending Good Vibes on the Internet, RRE, Alpha Rhythm, The Soil of a Man's Heart is Stonier, Infelicitous Rips, David L., Kelly F., Brian Lucier, Skywarp, Jason Grimm, John Hubbard, NXL Retirement Fund, Evan Cook, Jerry Lee, Deirdre is not a wolf pervert, Robert Fisher, Bunny Money, Jad Rita, Statics, Brian Murphy, Randy Duax, Randy Alderson, Andrew Tiepkin, Alex Wu, It Me JP, Edward Chick, Andrew Slosky, Steve Lynn, Matthew Herrig, David Campos, and Tyler Trees.
Thanks to all our mysterious benefactors for this week, and thanks to everyone who supported us. Apologies to Deirdre, who I associated with wolf dating instead of wolf drafting last week. Wolf drafting is what was written there.
And we all know the difference, right?
If you don't ask someone important to you.
Ask the nearest adult.
Yeah. Again, over at Patreon, that is where the lion's share of our support comes from. You can go there and support us. It keeps us functioning. It keeps us able to pay fantastic guests like Will Smith, who joined us for Jump Space, Abby Russell, who has kicked off the month of Fright or Shite. Hey, can you put shite in a title for a YouTube video, or is that kind of swearing?
Everywhere except Scotland.
Yeah. Will they pull that down? I'm not sure if I had to self-censor that or not.
I don't care, is my attitude toward that.
Yeah. Well, I just don't want it to get taken down because it is up now and it is a fun time. And you can go check out the first of our Fright or Shite installments with Dead Take, the FMV-ish horror game.
I'd say it has more in common with like a Layers of Fear gameplay wise, but with some FMV stuff in it.
Some spooky stuff. Ben Starr was the
Sam Lake was in there.
Yep. The voice actor from Astarion from Baldur's Gate 3. A couple of Baldur's Gate 3 alum in there. Yeah. Also Vinny. So a character named Vinny with a Y.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate.
We found the other one.
Yep, he's out there. Well, I don't know if we did find him, but you can go see our journey to go find him in that. We'll be back on Friday, jumping into Battlefield 6. I think the hope is Battlefield 6 can recapture for me the magic of my best Battlefield times. Good luck, Battlefield 6. It is launching on Friday, so I am very curious to jump in there and see what it is all about.
If it even works.
Yeah, if we can get in there and play it, though. I'm sure people are playing it already. Is that right?
It's been in beta at various times.
Well, no, I mean, but as far as you mean buy in early?
Yeah, the earlier access. It's Wednesday when we're recording this. Usually it's like a day or two, right?
By now. I assume they're doing it for that game.
I feel like usually when they do it, it's for at least like 48 hours beforehand.
I would say if they're not doing it, then the chances of us getting in on launch day are...
They're not.
Uh-oh.
They're not doing it for this one.
Uh-oh.
There's no early access for players buying the most expensive editions, says IGN.
Well, good luck.
No rolling start on this one, huh? All right, servers. Let's see what you got as we knock on the door.
Let's try the campaign.
It's true.
What are you even saying?
It's true. All right, that'll be on Friday. Come join us there. Thanks, everybody, for listening and joining us this week on the Nextlander podcast. Thank you very much, Alex Navarro.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brad Shoemaker.
Thank you.
And we'll be back next week.